I want to shout out the men out there that are dealing with women that will never admit they are the problem. They will never, the minute something comes up, they gaslight you. I see you. The America that we once knew and that we thought is no more.
We're just at a weird space because we're at the end of a dynasty, and all great empires fall.
Are we ready for what is coming? And if not, what do we need to do to get ready?
Part of it is everybody doing their part. We're doing a part right now just by having a conversation.
Women that are younger are more susceptible to fall for the bullshit. Women that are like the same age, 25, 30, 35, 40, you have to actually, you got to show your work.
For years, this is nothing new. For generations, you have had grown people that demonize children for making grown-up decisions in child bodies, in child mind. We've been going through this for generations.
And we are live. Daj is laughing already. Trom is in the building.
What's
Yesterday's here. Shout out to YouTube. We up here. First of all, there's going to be a roller coaster ride today. It's going to be a roller coaster ride today. There's so much going on. A lot of current event stuff that I want to talk about because I think it's pertinent to the Black community. And of course, I'm going to throw shots at women. Daj is going to have her opportunity to throw shots at men. We got it all. But my first thing that I want to say, I want to shout out the men out there that are dealing with women that will never admit they are the problem. They will never, the minute something comes up, they gaslight you. I see you, fellas. I see you. I understand your plight. The minute something comes up and you prove to them that they're the problem, they may admit it, but now you got to go through the whole emotional shit, the guilty, the silent treatment, the weird behavior, because they cannot believe you had standards or you had something wrong. Like they cannot believe you spoke about something because when you did this, they didn't react that way. I just want to say, fellas, I understand what you're going through. I'm going through something like that right now. And I understand you getting quiet. I understand you sitting in your car when you come home and you just sitting there like, because you know that you're about to walk into a wall of unaccountability. Is it inaccountability or unaccountability? One of you wordsmiths, let me know.
Just rock it.
Not being able to be accountable.
It's just like,
but you're good.
It's
you're
just,
good.
and I'll admit, most times men are the problem, for sure. Because women, y'all just more in tune with life. I get it. Niggas, we in tune with action. We in tune with goals. Women got all the other shit. Well, you should have did this, and why didn't you do that? And damn, I told you this. You didn't RSVP.
Me ninjas.
In any case, how y'all feeling today?
I'm feeling
Well.
all right.
Feeling good.
Life is good. She
Feeling
says,
good. Life is good. Can't complain.
Dodge's shirt reads overstimulated.
Son.
Mm-hmm.
We linked up last night out in New Jersey. That was pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
Dodge popped out.
Dope.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
My friends were here.
Yeah, we had a good time. I want to address one thing, Dodge. I don't believe you were here last week, yesterday, and Trauma were here. We spoke about Megan the Stallion. I asked the question.
Oh God, what did you do?
Why the fuck?
Yo,
Damn.
10
I
minutes.
can't believe I just did that.
Yeah.
Why?
It wasn't us. Look, y'all, we behaved ourselves. 3
I asked them not to curse within the first 10, 15 minutes of the show so that we can monetize YouTube because you know they got a problem with cursing. And of course, I'm the first one to curse because I'm an idiot. That's just what it is. You know? That's just what it is. Like, and I had to. There's no reason for me to have to use that word, but me, I had to. Um, but I asked, why do women cape for her so much? Like, it's incorrigible. The amount of like, no, Megan, get behind me, get behind me. And I was just like, yo, she's lied so much. She's lied to Gail King. She lied to Party. She lied to Kelsey. I was just like, yeah, she lied, she lied, she lied. And Trom, and I believe our guest Imani suggested that I go watch the Megan documentary. And I did. I went to watch the Megan documentary. And so I want to say, she's a liar. No, I'm just playing. I want to say, I get it. Unfortunately, for all of my comments from last week, I get it. I see a girl
What did you
that
say?
was extremely vulnerable, trying to figure out how to exist after losing somebody, like not even knowing that she was going to make it, not having no real system behind her, but just, her mom's being her manager and then losing that, which is like her one connection to the real world. And then still being on top, having to go out there a couple of days after her mom passed because she was at the top of the game at that point. So she got to go get to it. And, going through the whole liquor thing, I'm glad that they brought that up. I still think that she owed Kelsey some accountability for her behavior. I think that with everything that she said that I understood, I still thought that she centered herself because she got shot, right? But you never told, that was your best friend that was there the whole time. And you was messing with a dude she was messing with. Might not have been her man, but you was going behind her back, sleeping, not saying nothing to her. I always think that's dirty. We was talking about this last night with a girl, a girl, I can't remember what it was. Somebody that we was with was saying basically a girl told her homegirl that she was cheating on her. He was cheating on her. And then she started messing with him. The girl that told the girl that he was cheating on her, she started messing with him afterwards. And so he went back around the corner and was like, yeah, and your girl, that's not your friend. By the way, yeah, I know you're not messing with me no more, but I'm just letting you know, that's not your friend because she over here. And yes, being a girl's girl and being like I don't like grimy women. I don't like grimy women, bro. Like I remember when I was really dating, a girl came over here and one of the first things she started talking about was one of her friends that I see her with all the time. And she started talking about her. And I don't even know you. And you talking about this girl that you with all the time with me. And that was one of the main reasons I did not mess with this girl going forward. Because I don't like corny women that are like that with their friends. So I think that I'm just going to say that, like, I think that she owed Kelsey, who was there for her throughout all of that, a real apology and not an, oh, but me. Oh, but what happened to me? That being said, I understood why she lied to Gayle King, even though in that, I still don't think that she was able to see what she did was wrong with Kelsey. I don't think that she was able to see it. But I understood that she fell under attack by millions and millions of men. And I understood why she didn't tell Party. Because at that point, she was just like, the weight was too crazy. And she was just trying to escape all of that. Like, she just wanted to, like, it to all go away. So for it to come up again, she probably just was like, yo, I can see it being some type of like, what's it called when you know the truth, but you just kind of lie to yourself and
like disassociate?
Yeah, like you just like not even there no more with the truth. Like you're not, you know what I mean? And I truly believe after watching that she was burdened heavily by that Tory Lanez situation, by the situation with her ex-manager, whatever that management deal that she was in, 1501.
Yeah.
She was
Mm-hmm.
always going through something and not really having anybody to protect her. So I
Where
feel
is the
bad for her.
documentary at?
Huh? It's
Where?
on Prime. It's on Prime. And again, like I said to Trom, these things are made to make you feel away,
Of course.
right? Like with the Diddy thing, it was made to make him look like a baby or like, you know, misfit.
Mm-hmm.
It was made to be that way.
Yeah.
This one was made to make us feel sympathy for her. But I was able to see some truths in there that made me remember the time and all the things that she went through. So I was like, damn, that's
It makes you realize that these people are human beings
Mm-hmm.
going through a range of emotions and issues, but they are super celebrities. And when they make mistakes, it's amplified times 10 versus what we do. We make mistakes all the time and it's not as amplified. You don't have to deal with it on TV with Gail King. So, I get it. It doesn't excuse any of it, but it makes you understand she's a human.
it does. It does. I still don't like when women. Dodge, how do you feel about girls that stab women in the back or like do sneaky shit behind their friends' back?
I hate it. It's very disgusting, and that is a surefire way to get yourself removed from my very, very, very close friend circle. Like I have a very low tolerance for that type of behavior because I think that I pride myself on being a good friend and being an honest friend. I believe that I'm not gonna just feel some type of way and not tell you and not like explain it to you, and I'm not going to let it come to you by proxy of somebody else. I'd rather it come through me. I think that that's just some of my like friendship morals and values, and if you don't uphold the same thing, it's very hard for me to like trust and or look at you the same way. So instead of having to rebuild trust, which is one of the hardest things in the world to rebuild, I would rather just leave you alone.
Yesterday, what's good, bro? You all right?
I'm
Your
chilling.
mic
I'm
working today?
listening. I'm chilling. I'm listening. My mic
Your
is
mic,
working. It's on.
your mic
I'm
sounds
listening.
nice. Check one.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, I'm
Thank
not
you. I
sure if he's
appreciate
there
it.
for that. Do you know that song? I don't. I don't know. Did you know that song? I know you're younger than me.
It
No,
came
We was
out
playing
before we
Biggie
were
in the
no.
born.
car yesterday.
Come on, my mic sounds nice. Check one.
My
P.
cousin does not
Yeah,
know
I'ma make them go
the
dead.
Ready to Die album.
Who did? Why would he know that though?
He has no right. He has no. He does like we're playing Biggie music. He,
Why y'all
yo,
listening to him? Like,
yo,
oh my
yes. Come on,
gosh, bro.
yes. Let's be real. You don't know the Ready to Die album. You don't know the song. You wasn't alive. It's fine. You never went back. You didn't have Brooklyn friends that played that type of stuff around you. You hang out in Harlem. Am I right?
This nigga hangs out in Harlem. He's a fucking what? A OKC fan. It's just very diabolical out here in these
He
streets.
was in the bar last
In
night
the
talking about these
spot last
bones. We
night.
don't really care about that because my team gonna wipe up. I'm like, bro,
It's the, it's the Knicks right now. The Knicks are playing right this second. Like, come on, son.
how you feeling? You all right?
I'm chilling. I'm telling you, get your shit off.
I'm waiting for some discourse. You don't want to discuss it? Your Brooklyn hate, the New York hate.
I mean, I feel like usually I let you get me. Usually you jam me up on these things, but I figured you out by now, buddy. So I'm just gonna
So
say
you're on
salute.
a podcast. You're not going to discuss anything on the pod. That's your way around it. That's your way.
No,
You say, you know what? I'm just
no,
not going to talk.
not at all. No, Tahoe believes that I have a disdain for Brooklyn, right?
Mhm.
Now, Trom, again, you know how Tahoe is with narratives. One thing he gonna do is make a narrative, boy, right? So I've learned that you got to just let it flow. So he feels like I'm not from Brooklyn. I don't know Brooklyn music. Um, yeah, and like I said, maybe that's true,
Biggie
right?
had
I
two
my
albums.
I was born.
You don't know one of them.
That's not true. And you know what's funny? And you know the thing about this, Sean? Like, I probably know more music than Tahoe. Like, even though he's older than me, like, I listen to more music than Tahoe
You listen
by a
to
long shot,
Travis Scott.
right? So
I'm talking about Biggie Smalls.
No, I listen to
You listen
all
to-
music,
Son,
right?
you listen
He's
to X
playing
Tentacion.
B-sides, and because I'm not, and I don't listen to him. He's playing B-sides, and because I'm not singing along, he's like, "Oh,
Yo,
you don't know?
Daj,
You don't know the song?
Which
Daj,
song?
You don't know the
the
album?"
song is called "Ready to Die."
Oh
It's actually the title track.
To the album.
Things done changed. The actual song that's the album
Bro, he
starts with.
played multiple. He
The,
plays
the
multiple
the
songs.
album,
So you're
when
gonna
you
say,
press
all right,
play on the
that's what we're
album,
doing? You dead ass?
Things Done Changed comes on.
Okay.
Trump, am I lying?
Okay.
When you press play on Ready to Die, Things Done Changed comes on. He does not know the word.
That's the only thing
Ready
he was
to
playing.
Die.
Playing it over and over.
Ready to Die, the title track of the album.
Dodge.
He did not know.
Dodge. He was playing.
We're not talking about
joints.
Juicy. We're not talking about It's Unbelievable.
He never played. Dodge. He played none of the all of the commercial songs. He didn't play none of them. They were all the.
Did you hear?
Feel me?
Did you hear it?
All of those
the commercial songs.
I'm talking about the Juicies, the Hypnotize. I'm talking about all of that stuff.
I'm on your side, Fave. I ain't never listened to the album either. I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't care to.
You're not. You're an English.
You see, Dodge.
Teacher. You're an English and history major. This man is a hip hop quote unquote historian. He does not know Biggie Smalls music. We are in danger. This is who we. This is
the only person that believes this. You're the only person in my life
that believes what?
That believes this. That says something.
That says
what? More about
what?
You
what do you say?
About me.
What am I the only person saying?
If that I don't know Biggie Smalls.
Do you know the songs we played in the car off the Ready to Die album?
Tahoe, yes, I know them because I was not singing along.
You said that you didn't know it. You said I just because I don't know this song. That's what you said yesterday.
It's not what I said. That's not what I said.
You know there were people in the car.
All right. I said,
do you know that there's people in the car? I can call one.
I can call one too.
He was in the car. It was one person in the car.
I could have been in the car, but I didn't get the invite, so I can't speak on it.
We were recording Hard or Soft. I doubt you have much to add to that conversation.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if you want me to invite you so that you can have that talk. I don't know.
That was crazy.
I'm open to it.
I've been on Hard or Soft before, and I enjoyed the show.
Okay.
But I didn't know that that's what it was. I thought that I was just linking up for good old drinking and good fun watching the Knicks game.
Trom, are you looking for a narrative for me to create? Because I'm sure you go out often with your friends that I've never been around in the last 4 or 5 years. I'm pretty sure you've driven right past me as you did last night, right? You drove right past me yesterday in Loon.
I drive past you every day.
Huh? Yeah, right past my Jeep, double parked, kept it moving, no honk, no wave, nothing. Yo, throw this in the garbage for me, nothing. Just kept going.
You were in the car?
You. I was right there. I said, look at this thing. That's Trom. Didn't even slow down. I
didn't even notice. I'm always late.
Exactly.
I was actually right on time.
He was late forever. Being on time is late. Okay. I guess Dodge is having a teachers meeting right now, but she will be able to catch up.
That's crazy though. I don't have nothing to input on Hard or Soft.
Hard or Soft, yeah, that
so
was
it's
tough.
For freaks only.
You don't want me to say anything. You don't want me to answer these questions. I'm going to protect you because I love you. But you don't want me to have these. You don't want me to answer this. Okay, let's move on. Do you want me to answer this?
Yo,
it depends on what the answer is. Are we still within the first? Oh, okay, we're at 18 minutes in, so I guess you could be explicit. But listen, Hard or Soft should be welcoming to all people and everybody that experiences some sort of expressing their sexuality. It doesn't have to be confined to any.
Are you doing that?
I am.
You're expressing it? How so? Don't laugh. I'm asking a question. You open this door. Do you want to walk down this hallway?
Sorry, fellas. What y'all lying about?
If you're asking if I'm being intimate with my partner, the answer is yes.
But are y'all doing anything special, or is it a good like just the same old same old? Because
What
we
the
talk
fuck did I
about
just miss?
expression. We talk about expression.
He's saying that I have no reason to be involved in anything hard or soft related. And I was like, is that because I'm not a freak? I can't. Shouldn't hard or soft be welcoming of all people and how they express their sexuality? Like, do you have? If it's only for the extremes.
It's a very inclusive and welcoming space. Yes,
I just I thought, you know.
It
So to be
is
like,
for
oh,
sure.
you have no input
It is.
in that arena.
Yeah, Tron. I didn't agree with that. Tron. I didn't agree with that.
There is a new pandy coming. Is there a new pandy?
a what, nigga? What are y'all? I left for 2 minutes and y'all started
Pandemic.
speaking
He's
another
talking about
language.
pandemic.
Oh, that thing? Oh yeah, I'm staying in my house for real.
The
Like
new,
this time, I'm not even going. I'm not even going
it's
to
not the
dibble dabble
coronavirus.
outside.
It is now called the Hanta virus.
That
Whatever
is
it is,
it's the
I had it.
bubonic plague, bro. That's what it is. It's the
What
same thing that wiped out half of Europe because white people nasty. They old plagues is coming back for them
what are you talking about? How do you know that this is the bubonic plague?
because it stems from the same thing from like rats and rodents and stuff like that's how the bubonic plague started. It's nasty. It's a nasty
So
ass virus.
they
Is
got
that
it.
what is this a fact or are you just saying shit? Let me
Go ahead,
Google this
Google it.
because I'm not going to say that I don't believe you. I believe you, but I don't believe you.
That's fine. You don't have to believe me.
Nigga said I believe
Nah,
what I
whatever it
don't.
is,
Hantavirus is a group of viruses spread by rodents causing severe respiratory illness or kidney disease, with infection occurring through inhaling urine droppings or saliva. Oh man, that means as a garbage man, I'm pretty susceptible to this, right? Because the rats be all over the garbage and stuff like
Yep.
that. Fever, fatigue, muscle aches, progressing to shortness of breath and fluid in the lungs. Blah 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 blah. Okay. How?
How is it the bubonic plague? So the
No.
bubonic plague, right, is a
Last
severe, often fatal infection caused by the bacterium spread primarily by fleas on rodents. It's the same shit. It's rodents and nastiness.
so let me ask y'all this: once somebody gets it from the rodents, can they transfer it to other humans, or it has to come directly from the rodents?
I don't know. I don't know if it's airborne. I don't know if it's a little, you talk to people, a little spackle comes out of there. I don't know. I don't know.
Most hantavirus infections do not spread between people, though the Andes virus strain is a rare exception, capable of limited human to human transmission through close, prolonged contact.
Hmm.
And
I don't know.
a
Yeah,
school
all
be
this
a
shit is all this is
cesspool for
crazy.
I,
that.
I don't know. All I know is if those PPP loans come back,
You going to jail like the rest of them.
only about 4 people went to jail, bro.
You could beat the odds.
Niggas was out here getting to it.
No, niggas was
And
outside for
that's
sure.
one of the biggest fumbles of my life that I did not catch none of that. All that money went right past me. Okay. I don't really know much about the hantavirus, but I have so many other things to talk about. The Voter Rights Act. Bro, they just split. Tennessee just did it today or
Son,
yesterday.
yeah,
I
that
just
was
seen
nasty.
it. I just
I
seen
saw
it.
that literally a couple minutes ago.
Son, they literally split, I believe, one district into like that's all black. They just split that shit, mixed it in with the white people.
Mhm.
Like, nope, y'all don't get this one. Yo, this is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is literally happening because of Donald Trump.
Yes. But Kamala said all this was going to happen.
But no, I don't. I want to make sure that we break it down. Donald Trump put in 3 conservative judges
Mm-hmm.
that are now changing the course of America, the landscape of America,
Yeah.
through these breaking down these historical laws.
Mm-hmm.
Roe v. Wade, now the Voters' Right Act, like they are literally stripping all of the accomplishments of the
our
civil
ancestors.
rights era.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They're
Mhm.
taking them away. The America that we once knew and that we thought was is no more. and will not be until either the Supreme Court is changed, like the boundaries or limitations of the Supreme Court is changed, or until these people die
Yeah.
or step down.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I need y'all to understand the Supreme Court, they have no term limitations.
Nope.
They stay there till they're dead,
Mhm.
or until they like
Right.
a week away from dying, then they step down or give it to somebody else.
Or else
Clarence Thomas,
they put the Hanta in the chamber.
Clarence Thomas, yeah. Clarence Thomas
Hate that nigga, son.
Right.
was in there when I
Crazy.
was 16. I'm 51. He's still there. So that means for the rest of your
Make it bad.
natural life, most people listening to this is your America or worse, because they're just starting. These people just got into the Supreme Court. They're just starting. What does this mean for our children?
They
What does
can't move south of the Mason-Dixon.
this look like?
They got to stay up north. That's what it looks like, because that's the safest spaces for our children to still have some type of semblance of the freedom that we had growing up. Is they gonna have to stay in a blue state, because as soon as you hit that red,
Word.
it get a little tricky. The laws is a little different. They got to stay on the straight and narrow. They can't, like, they don't even get a chance to have fuck ups. Like, they have to be very succinct. They need strong community. Um, yeah, it's gonna be bad for them, you know.
One thing I noticed is, Democrats have an opportunity to do the same thing. Gerrymandering can happen. It happened in California in response to what they were doing in Texas. So it could even out the playing field, especially in large Democratic states like California and New York. Like, all right, y'all want to mess around with the voting districts? We could do the same thing and level it out. The problem with that is it just creates a whole precedence of fuckery and just getting tit for tat. And it's just usual politics that doesn't solve anything. It's immature, it's petty, and it never serves the people any good. And so even if the Democrats can respond, and they should, now they're stooping to those low levels of power.
So,
Again, that's why I think they should, but
But-
it's like it's just not the right way to run a government.
yo, man, the right way.
Yeah, I
Man, the
feel like
right way can. What time are we at? Kiss my yo, you can't fight this like, nonviolent. They on us. They're bugging out. Ain't no,
but
let's wait for what's the right way?
No, you're
What's
right.
the
That's
right
why
way?
I said that we should,
but
not we, but the
and I
Democrats
think
should do the same thing. But it's a shame because it's like,
It's-
and then what? It's just never
It's a
ending.
shame.
Yeah, it's a shame that we have.
I think it's a different
these
game
levels.
being
Yeah,
played, though.
Game being
it
played.
hurt.
Yeah, it's a completely different game being played, guys. Like I don't think we're no longer in the business of politics and policies and just shit within a term limit. Like that's not. I don't think that's what this is about anymore. This is about retaining power indefinitely. And I think once you put that lens on it, this whole shit is different. This is not. It's not about politics no more. Like you know what I'm saying. This is not about policies, um, laws, doing shit for the community. Like we're past that. We're trying to retain power. Niggas are trying to never let go of the power. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's fucked up.
And
We're just at a weird space
Yeah,
because
it's
we're
hard.
at the end of a dynasty, and all great empires fall, and we just happen to be living in the times of the fall of the United States of America empire dynasty, and we don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. You can go to the text, you can go to the history books and kind of try to figure it out, but we're in uncharted territory. Like nothing is safe. We're not standing on even playing field footing. There are no right answers. It's either going to implode or we are going to be basically recolonized by somebody else that's stronger to take us over and to change everything, because that's what happens with the fall of a dynasty.
Daj, I was about to say the
And
same thing. To Tahoe's question, what are our kids about to inherit? It's about the U.S. And it's funny. I went down this rabbit hole recently, looking up certain things. Because a lot of people will talk about, oh, the U.S. is the greatest country in the world, and it's the freest country. So there's actually rankings on
Mhm.
freedom, and the U.S. is not even in the top 10.
Yeah.
Right? There's rankings on superpowers when it comes to economics. U.S. is not in the top 5. I don't know if it's in the top 10. So we are not the greatest country in the world by any metric or standing that we claim to be, including freedom. We're like number 16. And a lot of it, a lot of the rankings has dropped under the Trump administration because of all this government overreach. It's no longer a free country. Like, how could you say we're the freest country when he's silencing press and media consistently? You know what I mean? There's way freer countries than America. You know what I mean? So, to Dodge's point, yes, we are not we. The United States is losing its power, and unfortunately, it's coming to an end soon. Or
I
fortunately,
would challenge you all to read George Orwell's 1984. If you want to read a book, go read that book and see if you find any parallels between what happens in that book and what's happening right now. Just try it. Then let me know. That's when y'all can actually contact me. After y'all read that book, then y'all can like DM me and stuff and we can have conversations about that book in particular, because if we're not living in the the prelude of George Orwell's
mm,
1984, I don't know where I am.
yeah.
George Orwell's
mm.
1984. What's it about? What? Tell us.
No, that takes away from it.
No,
I want
bro,
you to
you
go read
can't
it.
introduce
I
us
have
a
a question,
damn
Doc.
podcast. What the fuck? Tell us what about the book.
It is about a dystopian, I can't say future, it would be past it, but when George Orwell wrote it, it was like in the 1960s, so it would be future for them. Just about a regime that had taken over, that had changed a lot of things. There's a lot of oversight. Like the term big brother comes
Mhm.
from George Orwell's 1984, which is like the government oversight and watching you and watching
Mm.
what you're doing. They changed the definition of words to make them different. So like how he called, like he changed something to, instead of the war thing, what did he just changed something. He just changed the name of something, like it's like the Ministry of War, and he wanted to the,
Or the
yeah, he
Department of
wanted to
War.
change it from
Sure
the
about Trump?
Department of War. I think
Yeah.
he just said recently to like the Department of
No.
Love or
No,
some shit like that. Like that's straight out of a George Orwell book. Like hello. Um it's it teaches you like how people that speak up can be, yes, it is on a banned book list now, but you can definitely still find it and read it. I actually have a copy. I just recently bought one because I didn't have it in my library.
It's
um
actually on podcast app. On the Apple Podcast app, the book is on there.
yeah, it also is on Audible. If you don't want to
fire.
read the book, they have like a Audible cinema of the book, so it's kind of like you're listening to it and it's like a video, like almost like a movie. Cynthia Erivo is one of the main characters in that. I listened to that recently because I was just like bored one day. Um, but yeah, 1984. It's an amazing book, and it is. It lightly tells us like what the direction we're going in. Like even thinking about like how he's like, oh, this is fake news and fake media that you don't know what to believe, and you have all of the propaganda, and then you have like somebody that's at the top of government that is just like flushing you with all of these different ideas and all of these different horrible things and saying things that are not true. Yes, Fahrenheit 451, another one. That's when you're talking about the book ban. They start literally burning books. Like they're going, if you have a book, if you own a book, you can go to jail for life, you can be killed. They burn books so that they can change and rewarp history. Um, and then a couple of freedom people came
Mm.
together and they started like memorizing books and rewriting them from their memory so that they can preserve history and literature. So I can give like a whole list of amazing books that literally tell us exactly where we are. Animal Farm, another George Orwell book. We're right in the middle of that too.
I read that.
Oh
So
yeah, they're coming out with the movie too.
Read that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
Word? Oh,
I
that's
got
gonna be
a
nice.
I got a DM
I,
today. Go ahead, yesterday.
I'm
I
sorry.
got a
Go ahead.
DM today from somebody that said, well, it was about one of these posts that I put up. It says every American should be asking themselves these questions. Why am I paying taxes on my wages, then paying sales tax to spend my money, then paying income taxes on my money they already taxed, and then paying property tax after I already paid sales tax on the said property? And somebody responded to me, I'll never understand why people were so mad at Kanye when he said slavery was a choice, when we get done like this with zero resistance. You don't understand? It's 6'7"?
it was giving apples and oranges to me. Like they
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the connecting piece.
connected for me, friend.
She said, that when we don't agree with the government or we don't agree with the things that is happening and we're just like, oh well, that's just what they're doing. For instance, what's happening with the Supreme Court or the things that's happening with Trump, and we just go along with it. We keep going to work. I don't know.
You
Is
know
that
the
not a
only way
choice? Is it
you
not a
know
choice?
the only way to overthrow tyranny is through violence.
Yeah.
Y'all ready to go outside and start shooting motherfuckers? I'm not.
We
That's the
know that.
only way. Like there is no other way. Oh, the giver is such a gift. Um, there's really no other way.
Mm.
I raised that niggas in the hood that don't really have nothing that they doing and nothing to live for anyway. That we might as well make them like a little mini militia and let them go. And instead of killing each other, go.
And this is the problem to me, right? This is what I was talking about today because one of the questions that I had are black people ready for what's coming? This is happening. But I believe that a lot of us
Mm.
are very happy that we have floor to ceiling windows and blue couches, and we're
Are you
very
sucking me, nigga?
no, we're very comfortable.
I
And
am.
so you say, you know what, maybe y'all go fight, but me, I'm kind of good where I'm at. I can tune everybody else out. When this is happening, regardless of how nice you think your life is right now, they coming for that.
As a reigning minority in this country, not only as a black person, but as a woman, I think that I am actually the last on the list to be the first to fight. Thank you.
I think fighting is way
That
more than just going outside with guns.
actually,
Oh, so what else?
But I do
I
believe
think
explain.
as black
this
people,
comment, we are
we
too
built the
comfortable.
country up, and
We
it's
don't
not
want
our
to do
responsibility to
inconvenience.
save it
See,
from
here's the thing.
itself.
That Montgomery bus boycott, that wasn't violence. But those people had a lot less than us and put all of that shit on the line.
Because they were in community, because they still had community, because they were a village, because
Yo,
they knew each other, they went to church together,
Mm.
they grew up with each other. We are not
all of them,
a
all of them,
collective
all
anymore.
of all of them,
Yes,
all of them, every one of
we're not
them
collective.
were
We're
in church
separatists now.
together. Trump, what do you think?
I, with the Montgomery bus boycotts and things of that nature, is blatant, obvious discrimination, racism. You can see it with what happened to George Floyd. It was an obvious police brutality case. Like anybody all over the world can see it and be like, all right, this is a problem. Let's demonstrate. Let's protest. The problem with the tax structure is it's something that has been embedded in the United States system of operations since the early 1900s. And for most people, they don't even realize how much of a scam that it is. And it's interwoven into our financial systems.
Well, I'm not
So,
talking about the tax. I'm talking about the Voters' Rights Act.
okay, I thought you were talking about the.
No, my bad. I know I use
Okay,
that because
okay,
that's what drew her to respond to me. Was
Mhm.
got
that post? That was what drew
it.
that out.
Mm.
But I'm more talking about the state of America today under this rule, under this presidency of what's happening. The Supreme Court. the vitriol that we're seeing from MAGA and white racist, white supremacy America. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We see it. We know it's happening, and we know it's not going to stop because of what's happened in the Supreme Court. When are we going to react, or are we? Are we? Because a lot of us are comfortable.
I don't think it's
Mm.
about comfort.
I,
Like
mm.
I think comfort is that is an easy scapegoat. When we really talk about things like the civil rights movement, like the civil rights era, most of that stuff was spearheaded by the youth. It started with the late teens and early 20s, and then we're the aunties and the uncles now. Like the youth bring the energy, and we either support them financially, we support them by way of protection, by way of helping to hide them. Like we passed our prime to be on the front lines of some shit. I'm so sorry. Like I don't history does not tell me that it's
Mm.
40 and 50-year-olds that's about to start this shit up. So sorry. That's
I
just
don't
an
know if I agree with
irrefutable
that. I
fact.
think no, it's a fact from before, but I think we can't use the before metric for now, right? We're in a whole completely
They're
different
literally trying to take
space
us back to before. So why would we not use the same metric? Once you know science, you can't start changing the
because
dividends to have a different result.
Huh?
I know I understand what you're saying, Doc, but what I'm saying is there's a piece that we're not factoring in here with the technology and internet factor that was never a factor before. Because I was going to ask you in our last, when we were talking about before, I was going to ask you, out of all the dynasties that you've
Mhm.
seen fall, how do you think the age of technology and information plays into it now? Because that's a very different card than we've ever had. We've never had this card before. So it's hard to say that like we have it up until that
Um,
point, right? So that's why
I
I
don't
wanted
think
to
that's
ask you that.
necessarily
But
true. I think that we are comparing and conflating technology, right? So then you can say when we're thinking about like the ancient Roman and Greek empires and before they fell, then we started seeing writing, we start seeing pamphlets come out, we start seeing people passing information by way of like news, by way of like these paper pamphlets of who you should be and who you should be with.
hmm
Like that was a new form of technology for them. So there's always going to be like a technological advance that happens or a way to disseminate information differently that happens. You could talk about in America, we have the printing press, we have newspapers, we have the radio, we have television, all of these things. Even though we have a technological advance, and even though yes, things are completely different now as far as technology is concerned, and we have a little bit more, we still have the same issues. And AI doesn't make it any better. It actually makes it worse because we can't really discern what's true and what's not true. So the propaganda is worse.
and
So the groupthink is worse.
and
And
that's
people are
and that's
stupider.
the but and that's the and but that's the portion right there, because like you said before, we just had people compiling information and there was a consensus on what the information was, which is why it was compiled. Today we have information being compiled that we know is not true. So we've never had like real information and fake information competing at that high of a
How do
level, right?
we
Yes,
don't
you
I'm
have the
sorry.
people that
I'm
are changing
sorry.
it, but
I can't sit here. I've been listening to it. It sounds like excuses. We yo, we are you know what's different today? Crack happened. The breakup of the black family happened. YNs are going crazy, getting locked up, killing each other, doing lean. Like we don't, our community isn't what it was back then. We can't be
Yeah.
like, oh well, they're supposed to. We don't have this. This
I just said
we
that.
can't we can't go by. We
that's what we
cannot
said.
go by what happened back then and say, well, it's supposed to be them that happened. That nigga, this affected all of us. And in any motherfucking
But
revolution,
that's what
everybody contributes however they can. I don't want to hear, oh, it was supposed to be the youth and it was just the men. The men are
I didn't
supposed to
say it
do
was
that.
supposed to
And
be. I said
and
historically it
yo,
was.
yeah, but we ain't there. We're creating history today. We're creating history right
that's what I
now.
was saying.
Hmm.
So
Are we?
we actually, this is the type of thing, the problem that I feel is I feel black is not a unifying factor
Of course it's
as
not.
it should be. It's only unifying to people that hate us.
No, black was never a unifying factor in this country. It was sectored off by things like religion. You have to understand when we're talking about the civil rights movement, all of those were black Christians. They got most of the information from the church. The pastors were the ones that were helping to unify and get people together. When you think about Malcolm X in New York, they were unified not by black, they were unified by their religion. We don't even have morals, values, and ethics that align across the board anymore. So how the fuck can we be unified on something when
Right.
people can't even understand? We can't even agree in certain that you shouldn't wear a bonnet in the fucking airport. We can't agree on the small things.
Right.
How the fuck we going to agree on the big things?
And we've gotten so caught up.
And Dodge, that was
Go ahead.
exactly my point. My bad, Tahoe. No, my bad, Tahoe. And Dodge, that was exactly my point. We were at a point where, like I said, there was an actual consensus
Of
on
course.
just certain things. Now we're at a point. We're at a point where the things that we know for a fact, it's a competing thing now. So we're not. It's not even the same. The information is not even being disseminated, received, or even accepted in the same way because there's not. It's not like you
It's
said. We
not
Not
can't
even
even
agree.
it's not
agreeing. It's that
disseminated
we're
and
at all at war with each other. Men fighting women, straights fighting gays, gays fighting trans, trans fighting women, light skin fighting dark skin, Americans fighting Caribbeans, Caribbeans fighting Africans. Like, yo, we are so divided in every single fucking way. But this is coming for us all. Just based off this. That's it. Just based off this. It's coming for us all.
Listen,
We can't even the North Carolina, they be like, fuck New York, Tennessee, let them niggas down south in the Mason Dixon. It's coming for us all.
beyond that, because all of that is also true, we're also fighting a bigger battle that we haven't really had to fight before, which is a literacy battle. Niggas really are stupid. So you can give them all the fucking information, it's not going to land because the biggest thing that people do not understand, this is adults and children. I'm going to say it. I need to stamp it. I need everybody to close your mouths and put on your listening ears. Everybody ready? Okay. Just because you can read the words on a paper does not mean that you know how to read. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Just because you know how to put the words on the paper, you can actually read them, doesn't mean you know how to read. If you cannot comprehend, decode, and be able to take those same words and put them in your own words, and it actually is still the same message, baby, you can't read. And that's where we are right now. You could give people the handbook right now. Everybody is going to read the page and say, no, it means this. No, it means that. No, it means that. Because niggas can't read. So how are we going to get on the same page when niggas can't even read? What page? You going to be on one, I'm going to be on page 30, and somebody going to be on page 100, and we all don't even realize we reading the same fucking book.
No, listen,
cooking.
I totally agree. And you yesterday and Trom are way better people that can speak on that. Y'all are in the school system. To me, we need solutions, not excuses, right? This is happening. So unless you say we're fucked, then we need to figure out, okay, so then what? Unless we're just laying down and dying. Because if that's the case, then what are we going to work and all this shit for? Or are we just going to wait until it comes to our door? We have to figure it out. We can give as many excuses as we want because all of this is laid out. It was meant to happen the way it's happening. Right. We're supposed to be this week. While they're building armadas, while they're building militias, they was taking resources from our community, making sure and then whatever, them bots, I didn't realize how powerful them bots are. Mm-hmm. They'll just be having us arguing about nonsense.
Yeah, about nothing, yeah.
While these motherfuckers is really sharing real information, we're arguing about nonsense. By the way, the nonsense comes in this episode around 2 and an hour from now.
I think that the disconnect also with that thought process is that this country is separate black and white. I think that that's the lie that's continuously being sold to us. And what we're not realizing is the real separation is between the wealthy and the poor,
Yeah, it's
or the
classism.
wealthy and the unwealthy.
Sure.
So meanwhile, while we're saying it's coming for us, it's not just coming for us, it's coming for everybody that is in our tax bracket and below. And what does that look like? So until we can kind of figure out that this is not a black or white thing, this is an America thing, going back to the conversations that we was having with Marion, like as a true American, the Americans have to start to stick up for America and stop being divided by stupid shit, because at the end of the day, everybody is struggling with $5 gas prices. And we're not struggling as much as others because we had to work twice as hard to get half as far. So we all kind of treading water a little bit, but there's a lot of people up under us, black, white, and every other color. And for some reason, we're still divided by stupid shit. You need to be, as an American, America is not working for the citizens of America. And technically, going back to our history, if you read the Declaration of Independence, if you read our first, the Constitution and all of that, the people have the right to overthrow the government if the government is not doing right by the people. It's literally in our Constitution. But again, niggas can't read, so they don't know that you actually have that right and that power. And then they also stop teaching kids how to write in cursive. So what happens when it's time for them to look at primary text from history that's all written in cursive? They won't be able to read that shit. All of this is designed.
Again, Trom, help me here, because I see you quiet, and I feel like you should be more vocal in this conversation.
Well,
How are we ready for what is coming? And if not, what do we need to do to get ready?
and that's the question that I want to answer. I was quiet because, and no offense to the conversation, but I sometimes I just get tired of talking about everything that's wrong in the black community. You know what I mean? I get it, and I know that you have to point it out and then talk about the solution. But I was just waiting to get to the solution talk. Um, that being said, part of it is everybody doing their part. We're doing a part right now just by having a conversation and talking amongst ourselves. We got people commenting in the Discord. You got people that are going to listen to this that may not be aware of some of these topics, that may go down a rabbit hole and learn some things and then have these conversations with their family and friends. Everybody got to do their part, right? And then there's the legal part. There's the LDF, the Legal Defense Fund of the NAACP. I'm actually doing their gala next week, and I know them personally, that they are involved legally with fighting the voter registration acts and all of these different things. And then there's the local politicians, and then the other politicians. Everybody has to fight within their strengths, and social media is the great equalizer, where any random person that doesn't feel like they have a voice does have a voice, even if it's just in comments or posting or retweeting. So it's just one of those things where we feel hopeless, and it's easy to be like, oh, black people, we're not together, we don't share values. All of that is true, but there's so much that we can do. And there's so much positive and optimism that we should be focusing on. And I think a big part of that is just social media, and just we have to change the narrative and be the change we want to see.
I'm kind of, I kind of, okay, I've asked you what your opinion was.
Hmm.
And although I respect it, I think it's, I want to say that it sounds Martinish, right? It
Hmm.
sounds Martinish, but I think we need a little bit more Malcolm now. And even though, to me, I was thinking about it, Martin and Malcolm wasn't that different. Malcolm just yelled, and Malcolm spoke. Like, if we're gonna do that, like he
Martin.
didn't do anything. Like he didn't, like, you know what I mean? He showed a lot of
Presentation.
strength in the control, or the way that he spoke, the aggression in his tone or whatever. But he didn't do nothing. Am I wrong? Because I think Martin actually did more.
And sometimes the quietest people are the most effective. You don't
Yeah,
got to be
but
all
the
loud.
information sharing that you're saying, you're looking for information sharing and stuff like that. They're active. They're doing it. So what do we do? Because this is coming. That war to me is coming towards the black community.
My point is that that's how you
Mm-hmm.
start the revolution, with talking, with community, with getting on the same page. And we have the ability to do that through social media. So to somebody else's point, I forgot who
Mm-hmm.
mentioned it, but instead of talking about, pardon this example, Meg the Stallion all day on social media, talk about stuff like this, and everybody can use their voice in sparking a revolution.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Yo, y'all are
yeah.
sick.
we sub each other all day. I'm not
What's fun?
mad at what he said about the Megan the Stallion comment
No,
because
I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at the Martin had people in church clothes and hard
yeah,
bottoms in
Yeah,
Alabama summer.
yeah,
and
That
I
Hard
ain't
shit
gonna
bottom.
lie.
crazy.
You know how much yo? You know how
Son,
much power that is?
The
son.
fact that you can have people walk for how long? How far did they have to walk on them boycotts?
yeah.
Bro, they was walking
Wow,
all the time. They
for
was
13
always walking.
months,
In Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
walking to, and that's not like the city streets. That's like not like here.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
But do we have leaders? Do we even have
No,
They
the
kept
I wish you know
assassinating
capability?
our leaders. So it's like, you ever heard of
that part.
You keep going
there's
back to to yo. We need now though.
who you want to lead you, honey?
I feel like you see. I feel like even in this
I'm asking
conversation
a
right now,
question.
I think that's what. No, it's hard because, like I said before, to Tyler's point, right? It's like, yo, who are the actionable people that we can look to now? And there are actionable people that
Hmm.
we can look to. The problem is, I just think that because we're not where we were before, like I said before, we can't have a consensus. We
Because we're
can't come
not
to a
aligned.
consensus. If you pick somebody,
It's four of us
that's
right here.
true.
I
You know
bet
what I'm saying?
on the count of three, we could all come up with four different leaders. Like, who you want to lead you? One, two, three. We come up with four different people and be like, yeah, nah, not him because this.
And I feel like the major thing is, I feel like back then, I feel like people always had those thoughts, but whoever was picked, it was like, all right, well, my person didn't get it, but I'm still going to
Mhm.
support this person because that's the movement. Now it's like, if our person doesn't get picked, we just say fuck the movement altogether. And I think that's what makes this vastly different, because it's all about the movement, right? But now it's about my person, my team, I had to pick this, right? Like, it can't be. That's why I said it's really tough, Tahoe, to your point, because it's always, that's where we are now.
What I was saying was, I don't think we need one leader. I actually don't think it's a good idea to have like one general consensus leader, because then that person can be compromised. I think it's better to have multiple leaders in different segments of the society. You have a leader that is good at journalism. You have a leader that is involved with politics. You have a leader that understands the legal aspects. You got a leader on the ground, that's a little bit more, with the movements in the street and things like that. And I could name a few people that I think are good examples of leaders. They're not the a leader. There's no Martin Luther King. I don't think we're gonna have that. I don't think we should aspire to have that, because that person can be compromised. And so I think we're in a good space. We have different people in different
You think we're in a
segments.
good space?
Can I say something?
As far as, so again, I listen. Part of solutions and effective change to me is being somewhat optimistic. If you don't think we have any effective leaders, then I mean that's one thing. But I try to look at the positives, and I'm like, I can name a few, not on the level of a Martin Luther King, but in the level of somebody that I admire within whatever their degree of expertise is.
Can,
Can I add something
can,
really quickly? Just
Yes.
I'm be in and out. The issue with having leaders nowadays is that people have this notion that other humans have to be perfect. Martin could not be Martin today because as soon as they even hear twinklings of him cheating on Coretta with a white woman, you're losing people in droves. Now you're being slandered. Now you're being attacked and accosted, and all of your hard work is being diminished because we don't have that mentality that it's the movement over the individual. And I think that that's part of the problem. They're going like people are willing to tear people down for less than. You have somebody like Barack Obama that, although he was not perfect by any stretches of our imagination, because duh, a human being, duh, you're a president, but being a president is your job, and you still sometimes have to do things in your job that you don't want to do, but you have to do for the better good. His name is still being dragged through the mud to this day, and he ain't been president in a decade. So with the way that we are in the world today, like it's in we care too much about the messenger sometimes than the message. Somebody can say something super succinct and then you'll have people hating on the way that they look, the way that they act, where they're from, where they grew up. So it's hard to even say that, even with one, two, or three leaders, because the court of public opinion will tear them down.
Yesterday you was trying to get something off.
Yeah, no, I was gonna ask Trump. I was gonna ask Trump. Could he like name some of the leaders? And I'm not being funny, but I think that it's important when we do feel like we have those people that we feel like are that, to name them so other people can go and research and do their own due diligence. Right? I don't like to
I ain't
gatekeep
gonna lie.
that type of
I can name
information.
some, and I got a problem with them. I mean, go ahead, Trump. You start, and I'll follow up.
I'll start, but I have a problem with you having a problem because here's the thing: we are quick to poke holes in everybody, and because
How
and
you
I,
gonna have a problem, and I didn't even tell you what I had a problem with?
it's just that line of thinking I think is, and again, I'm not trying to. You didn't even say what you wanted to say, but um, in what
So I have a problem with you having a problem with me having a problem because you didn't even know what the fuck I had a problem with. So how you saw in the real dissension because you don't even know what I was gonna say
well, because what you started by saying was you can identify some leaders and you have problems with them.
with them because of the way they message. The Tariq Nasheed, that the fucking whole FBA movement, that whole shit where you breaking apart the black community that we need. We need these people. That diaspora shit, that shit is whack.
So let's start here.
We need to be aligned. We have more in common than what we don't. The Killer Mike, that shit that he did with saying like, "Oh, I'm not gonna vote. I'm not gonna vote for Kamala." Yo, them motherfuckers that's pushing this shit that we're in is because people didn't want to vote for Kamala. They did not. So they say, you know what? I just not gonna vote because this shit don't matter to me. This shit don't affect me. And look what we in.
So
A person like Killer Mike, who's amassed this following, and it has such a good the way he speaks. He's like you. He's like Daj. People like to hear y'all talk. They respect you when y'all talk. Nobody gives a fuck about what I say. But then you say, yo, you know what? I don't trust this system. I don't like the messages here. So I'm not gonna really support anybody. And so when people who don't think for themselves, most of us don't fucking read. Most of us I ain't watching CNN. These motherfuckers is watching Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. Right? So we're not informed. But then you see a familiar face like that who is respectable and tells you basically, yo, don't vote. And that nigga ain't from New York. And that nigga ain't from California. You know who he from? The fucking South. There are people out there that identify with him and the way he came up.
Swing state.
Swing state
my
like Joe.
problem with that approach, Tahoe, you just gave him a good solid minute or two over one thing that you disagree with. I've heard Killer Mike speak for years, and out of the 500 things that he said, maybe there's 480 that I do agree with. I'm not going to focus on the 20 that I disagree with. There's no one person that is going to come with a platform where I agree with everything that they say, which is why we should not have one leader. I don't think that we should stand up here and talk about the one thing we disagree with Killer Mike on. He's brilliant and has done so many beautiful things to help support the Black community. Let's focus on that. That's important, and that's where I was going with it. So back to yesterday's question, I'm going to name people that I admire. I'm not going to name people that I have issues with. There's a lot of people that are influential that we have issues with. I'm not going to start with those people, okay? And these people are not perfect, but these are people that I admire and I respect in their sector. Um, so people that I listen to on a consistent base is Mark Lamont Hill. He's great at reporting the news in a way where he makes it relatable to the Black community. For example, you could watch ABC News, you could watch CNN and see what's going on with the war in Iran and things like that. But then when I watch his show, I get a whole different perspective and an understanding and a world view and how it pertains to Black America. You know what I mean? He's very intelligent. Um, so that's one person. Somebody like my son, I follow him and I love the way he's aggressively talking about the way we should treat Black women in the streets. And he's more of like the street militia person that you want to go to when it comes to like creating standards of integrity amongst Black men and amongst the Black community, how we should move, right? Um, People like Farrakhan, he's one of my favorite leaders of all time. There's no person on this earth that has been as consistent and for as long of a time pro-Black, specifically the Black experience in America, as Minister Louis Farrakhan. In that regard, other people that are Muslim or in the Nation of Islam, Riza Islam, 19 Keys, excellent thought leader. He talks about intelligence and science and things of that nature. Riza Islam is big on nutrition in the
I
Black
love Risa
community.
Islam.
Yeah, like these are all different people that talk about different things and have different expertise levels. I listen to Charlemagne the God. I don't agree with him on everything, but I think he's very influential in media. I think he gives people a good platform. Um, I think he's very relatable and he can put things in layman's terms where people can understand it and joke about it. Then you got the EYL crew. I love Earn Your Leisure. Troy and Rashad and Ian Dunlap, the master investor. On the financial part, which y'all know I'm passionate about, they are doing wonders for the Black community and the financial literacy in the Black community. These are our leaders. And these are people that I admire, and they are giving free information to help the Black community. On the I would say like the political side,
I was just about
there's
to ask you about that.
people like Jasmine Crockett, Stacey Abrams. You know, that's a harder list because it's harder to find political figures that are really authentic and genuine with their service to the people. You know what I mean? I could speak probably more about local politicians here in New York, but that's a harder list. But those two for I love Jasmine Crockett. I love her energy. Again, we don't have to agree with her on everything, but that type of energy, I feel like I have somebody that speaks on our behalf in those Congress sessions. You know what I mean? Um,
Bernie.
well, I'm thinking about Black leaders, but yeah, there is. I mean, there's white folks that I admire. I don't know if I'm missing anybody, but that for me that's a good solid list of people that I admire. Even people like Ice Cube. I remember he got a lot of criticism for his Black agenda thing, but I love the way he went about it. He didn't write that. He went and got experts, economic experts, political experts, legal experts, and helped draft what can you do for Black America type of document. He used his influence, he used his money, he used his reach to bring people together. And he's somebody that I admire and somebody that I think is a leader in his sector.
Nah, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I sat and thought about what you said while you were speaking.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's we don't have the room to be so critical of our leaders. I understand that. I understand that. And I don't really have much pushback to that.
Why you ain't
Um,
say Candace Owens?
what do y'all think about Candace Owens now? What's the over under on her?
Can I tell the truth?
Yeah, please.
Yo, yo,
I always liked her. Like there was not a point when I disliked her. I didn't like certain things that came out of her mouth, and it was irritating because I could see that you're intelligent and you're succinct and you have like there are things that are brewing up there. It was just in the wrong direction. But as soon as she got out that cult, she started making a lot more sense. I don't agree with everything that she
yo,
says, but I do enjoy watching her speak. I can say that.
I gotta agree with Dodge on that. And damn, I got one Dodge for you that you're gonna
Say
be
it.
shocked about. I kind of feel that way about Tucker Carlson a
Not
little
the
bit, and
tuck.
I hate him. I hate. When I tell you capital H, I hated Tucker Carlson. I'm talking about, but seeing him out of that matrix, yo,
Listen,
listen,
listen. As
yo,
soon as you get out the
it's
cult, they
tough. Like,
start, they start looking at things differently, and then they got a little bit of insight because they was in the cult, so they see it. They got some angles we ain't even know
and
about.
it's
So I have a comment and a
yo,
question.
yeah,
My my
Well, what do
comment
you think about before? Yeah, good, yeah.
my comment is, out of the people that I named and other people, when you start to pay attention to these people, your algorithm starts to change. My
Mhm.
algorithm on social media, YouTube, Instagram has changed.
Crazy.
So when people talk about the state of the black community and all niggas is like this, I'm like, that's not what I see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I intentionally create
mm,
my algorithm that way.
Hmm.
So my question to y'all is, give me some names. I need some more people to follow to try to help my algorithm. I just named a few that I fuck with, but
So what's so crazy
I
is we have a lot of similar people.
oh no.
I
yeah,
wanted your
RZA,
opinion on
RZA
the
Islam.
Candace Owen thing. Why are we moving around so much?
He
Oh,
asked the
I'm sorry.
question.
What do you think of her?
What do I think of her? You
Are you
know,
going to be critical?
here's the thing. I don't. I'm glad that she got off the MAGA train, but she's one of those people where I still think she's somewhat problematic with the way that she thinks. Um, Same thing with Tucker Carlson. Like, it's good that he's off the MAGA train, but he's still done and said some racist things. And although Candace Owens is black, you know, listen, white supremacy is in a lot of black people also, and there's a lot of things about her that are problematic and anti-black, and I'm not gonna just do a complete 180 and fall in love with her because she's anti-MAGA now. So it is what it is.
I can honestly and truthfully say that I've heard more offensive, racist, um, black demeaning things at barbecues with my family than I have heard come out of Candace Owens' mouth. And I think that that's a truth that we don't like to tell because our own families and our own communities have said some horrible things about their own people. They just don't say it on a platform. But
Correct.
that doesn't negate the fact that a lot of us are just as racist, just as biased, just as bigoted. Like we are like I could tell y'all some things that my uncles have said, and I'm just like in my brain is wired to know what group of people they're talking about. But with my insightful, intelligent mind, I'm like, God damn, that's racist. And y'all used to just say this willy nilly in front of the kids and everything. Like, if I hear certain words, I attribute it to certain groups of people, and that's crazy. But
No?
all right, I have my three to answer your question,
Oh,
Trump.
Yeah.
Cornell West,
oh, I love
OG of
him.
the OG. Um, Michael Eric Dyson.
Yeah.
Name Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yo,
Took
I've been
In
my
my
watching
heart and
him
in
on
my
YouTube
soul.
so much lately. Yes.
In a rabbit hole. I
Yeah.
mean, I see them pop up on
yeah,
my algorithm. I'm like this. What y'all talking about today?
Yo.
Like, I'm in the group chat.
There's nothing like
yeah.
black intelligence.
You
Like,
know,
oh my
I
God.
love an intellectual. Oh my God, just
Yeah.
talk, spit them facts.
all right, yeah, that Neil deGrasse definitely for me. I'll be on my space
Yeah.
shit, so he definitely be popping it. So Neil deGrasse definitely for me. Michael Eric Dyson too. Daj, that was a really good one. I feel like he always comes at a really good time. I feel like he always comes when we need
Mhm.
somebody with real thoughts and a real brain. So I really appreciate him. I don't really mind. I like
I
Mark Lamont
love
Hill
Mark
too.
Lamont
I
Hill.
like I've warmed up to him. I've warmed up to him more over the years as being one of those, you want to say, thought
Mhm.
leaders, right? But I've been very impressed with him just in his consistency and seeing him out of the
Yeah, yeah.
CNN matrix, right, and just being able to see him do his own thing. Also, Congressman Shay Ossie.
Oh yeah, I fuck
He's
with
actually the
Shay. Didn't they just
congressperson.
lock him up
Oh,
recently?
you talking
Uh,
Chio Say.
Chi,
Yeah,
Chi, I'm
yeah.
sorry, my
Jose?
bad, my
Doesn't he
apologies.
Nigga,
have Tourette's
Chi,
or some
yeah,
shit
that
yeah.
like
nigga,
that?
that
Mm-hmm.
nigga made up his own name for the nigga, bro. That's
Yeah.
that's Combat
My
Jack's
bad,
son. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Is it?
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
That
Combat
actually
Jack,
yeah, my
bro.
makes
bad.
sense.
Yeah.
And that building that where he got arrested is
Yeah,
around the corner, right on
yeah, I
Jefferson.
know.
Yep, yep.
When they trying to do that deed theft over there,
Yeah,
man,
so
Yeah.
Yeah,
yo,
D
we
theft
got
is
a
big.
couple real ones in the field. We really do. We just
hmm
gotta
Do you
put
think
them
the
all in a
impact?
room together.
Do y'all think? We're coming to the end of part one in a second, but do y'all think that the impact of what we have right now, in play right now, is enough to combat what's happening in the White House Supreme Court with the systems that they have set up?
No,
Yeah.
no,
we already 30
not by a
years
long shot.
behind. You gotta understand the shit that they cooking up. They've been cooking up for years. They just now unveiling it. Like it's like you saying, how we gonna beat the
Mm.
book that was written 20 years ago?
Dodge. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
defeatist.
I kind of felt that. I
I'm
kind
not
of felt
defeating
that
on my
way,
list.
but I do feel like we had an
When?
opportunity. We had an opportunity
Tell
two
me.
times in 2016
Hillary?
and
Hillary and Kamala?
2024. We had we had our opportunity. It was there. We knew this. Like this is not something that
No.
just popped up over the last couple of. We knew this. We seen the movie, and if we didn't know it the first time, the second time,
You
Why are you
the
saying
ball was
no?
right there.
I
We
really,
got the ball
and I'm
right
not,
back.
I'm not combative. I
No,
really want to
we
know
got
why
no,
you say no.
it's not
no. We
true.
because no,
You knew.
we watched it.
I knew. He knew.
No, no,
We didn't know.
we knew.
Niggas
We
is
knew.
niggas is not
We
smart enough.
all seen January
No.
6th, Dodge. Dodge, we
Niggas
seen
saw
January 6th. That was on
January
all of our
6th.
TVs.
January 6th still sticks out of my mind at least once a week as literally one of the worst things I've ever seen before in my life. I would literally put January 6th and 9/11 as my one and two worst things that I've literally experienced as an American citizen. And for a lot of people, it's not the same because they don't understand the impact of what an insurrection is. These are words that they don't know. They don't know history. And like I said, I have never been more embarrassed to be an American in my lifetime than to see a nigga walk with a Confederate flag on his shoulder in the fucking Congress. Blasphemy.
Yeah.
I don't understand how the country has
Yeah.
even moved on from January 6th. So you get it, I get it. These white Christian conservatives, they've been cooking this shit up for years. They had an agenda. They've been putting their kids in positions of power. They've been buying themselves into different industries, into different stuff, so that they can be exactly where they are right the fuck now. I knew. That's why I voted the way that I voted. You knew, but the masses didn't know. And some people, I'm going to bring the Caribbean out, those that do not hear must feel. And it's too many of us that needed to feel before we can hear, because this country is disgustingly misogynistic before anything else. If they wasn't going to vote for the white woman, they damn sure wasn't going to vote for the black woman. You got all this red pill shit going on, these Andrew Tate niggas of the world taking over the fucking stratosphere, brainwashing the youth and our young men to think that they are oppressed and disenfranchised and all the rest of this other shit. And then you see a woman trying to come up. What? The man that they hail and they praise has only ever beat women in the presidential election. Because as soon as that nigga was up against another man, it was cooked for him. We didn't give a damn if Joe Biden was half dead or not. No. Everybody didn't know, and they still don't know. Because I can go have a conversation with somebody right now and say, what was so bad about January 6th? And if they don't say the right thing, they don't fucking know.
Do you think that Biden would have won against Trump in this second election? I'm asking Daj, because she's saying that we up against Biden, we didn't care if he was half fucking dead.
No. I literally don't know, because Biden was like, he was so fucking insignificant at that point. Like, I really don't know. I don't think that he should have ever ran to begin with. I think that the Democrats should have brought up somebody else, and it should have been a man. It should have. You already know what I'm going through in my real life when it comes to men and powerful women, and I'm seeing it in real time.
But to your point, Daj, I know we're closing out Tahoe. To your point, Daj, I think Joe Biden, he said it, right? He was supposed to be the transitional president, right? He was only supposed to be there for one term. The problem happened when the Democratic Party never lined anybody up. They felt like, yo, we won, we beat Trump, let's go out and let's put our feet up, get drinks, the fight is over. While Trump and them kept fighting, we put our feet up, and when it came time to vote again, we're looking around saying, hey, we only have Joe Biden still. We don't even have a candidate that we could all even feel good about. And that's just more about our side than their side.
Absolutely.
To me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had something you want to say, Tron?
I was just going to piggyback on what yesterday said. Like, yeah, Biden should have stepped aside earlier. Even if Kamala was going to run, he should have stepped aside earlier, one, and set her up. And two, she should have, I know this is kind of controversial, but I think she should have kind of distanced herself from some of Biden's decisions. Because at the time, as the incumbent president, Biden, everything was on his record. It's like, all right, the economy is down the toilet. Inflation is at a high. You know, we got the Israeli conflict going on. This is all on Biden's watch. And she came in and didn't express that she would do anything different. And that was a problem. Like, I get that you want to be loyal, but you have to come in like, yo, I'm a whole new person with new energy, and I can fix what was broken. And she didn't do that, but she was set up for failure.
Yeah, but how do you do that as the vice president of the right now? You're in office right now. You're basically saying, I didn't agree with none of this nigga did. Like that's tough.
And to Dodge's point, he's the only nigga that ever beat him. So why would I distance myself from the only person that ever beat him?
Yeah. Guys, we are ending part one. For anybody that's on the YouTube right now, you can stay here. We're not ending the stream. But for the podcast, the purposes of the podcast, I am ending right now. And we are going into nonsense talk. I'm joking. I want to talk about the Stephon Diggs case, the David case, D4VD.
Oh, with the car, with the girl in the car.
I want to talk about those things. Obviously, they are not as impactful as the state of the political state of the country. Trom, I don't know if you're just going to log out now that we're not talking about these things.
What you mean? I like to talk about.
He says no liberation.
Yeah, he was like, no, I mean, we try to talk about Megan and we can talk about things that actually matter to the black community. I'm like, bro, all right, bro. Yeah.
Here's the thing. All of it matters. Like, one thing I think about with our podcast is we talk about a lot of stuff that matters, like co-parenting and things like that. Like, all of this, matters. It's not one thing that matters. You know what I mean?
Agreed. So I will X out the women ain't shit content. All right. So ending here to the rest of y'all. If you're listening on audio, you can come into the Patreon and hear the entire episode ad free right now. The whole episode will be up on Patreon ad free. So if you want to listen, go to patreon.com/So Shameless Podcast. And for the rest of y'all who do not want to spend that $3 to $5 a month, we will see y'all this Thursday. Okay? Peace. Welcome back to So Shameless. I am here with yesterday, Trom, and the Miss Daja Bell.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I have a special guest. Go ahead.
Hey, Park.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey, Parker.
Hey, hi, everybody.
Hi. On the screen like that. It's me.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Use your words.
Good night, Parker.
All right. Good night. Go ahead. Love you.
Wait, let me show this thing.
Nobody cares about that Sonic thing. You gonna burn up in that. We'll take that off. Good night. I love you.
Gotta go fast.
Son. Then she Sonic runs down the hallway. So the ADHD, the ADA in this house. Pray for me, y'all.
Let me start over. Welcome back to So Shameless. I am here with Trom yesterday and Miss Daja Bell. We just had a really intense conversation about politics in the state of Black America today. But I feel like there's so much going on. I think somebody actually spoke on the fact that, yeah, we might be able to have all this shit happening with the country, but we need to focus on what's happening in our communities. And I kind of truly do believe that, which is why I speak on relationships and so much, things like that so much, because I think that we need to look at ourselves in the mirror at our behavior and start treating people differently that we actually come into contact with every day. I said this before and I mean it. I started feeling empathy for other people when parenting my autistic children, right? Because I would see that their experience in this world was different than mine. Their experience with how people judge them or talk to them or talk about them is different than my experience. And I started feeling like, damn, they go through this. Like, I need to be able to tap in with what they go through. And with that, I was able to kind of open up my mind to what other people go through. And I feel like a lot of people don't have to do that. With that being said, I wanted to talk about the Stefan Diggs case with his chef. What did y'all hear about that? How do y'all feel about that?
So yeah, I saw some of the testimony on the timeline. I only saw I don't know if anybody else took the stand, but I only saw the chef on the stand.
You saw that with all of the political people that you follow?
Like I said, everything matters. I'm not one dimensional. One of my favorite things that Daj has ever said was, "I'm not a monolith." Right? We are not a monolith. I love that word. I use it all the time. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody else took the stand, but she was fumbling, boy. I tell you, I don't know who put her up to this, but and here's the thing: at the end of the day, we don't know if Stefan Diggs did put hands on that woman or not. And that's important to note because,
I mean, let's be honest. How many of y'all think that he's choked out?
Really?
So you don't?
I don't know enough to say yes or no. You know what I mean?
Did she look annoying? Did she look annoying on the stand?
Hell yeah. Even the judge was annoyed with her.
Yeah,
The judge said, listen, bitch, answer the fucking...
The judge almost choked her out. That's why he got off, because even if they didn't believe that he did it, they believed she deserved it. Look, it's
they laugh at that.
Listen. From what I gathered, because I didn't pay but so much attention to this case, she got hired as a chef. The booty was looking right. He's fucking everything. He started knocking it down. She's there all the time. I don't know if she lived there or whatever.
She
Mhm.
lived there.
She was a living chef.
She lives there. So now he's not only fucking her, he got a girl, but he's fucking the flower girl, the damn the housekeeper. He fucking every single thing.
Driver,
He fucking them all. And
personal
she starts
shopper.
getting bothered.
We in the first
Now.
10 minutes.
Now, he
Wow.
promises her. He promises her. No, we're not. We're still in the other show. Shut up. He promises her that he's going to give her money for her business. She's supposed to be opening a restaurant, right? She's supposed to be opening a restaurant. So she's dealing with all of that. But at the same time, feelings start getting into play. Somehow they get into an argument, whatever, I don't know. He fires her or sends her home. Am I right? This is what happened?
Allegedly.
Something like that.
I can resonate with, no, I was thinking, and my brain is slowing down, y'all. I'm getting old. I can resonate with how she felt in this moment. Let's think about this. You dealing with somebody on a one-on-one. They move you in. Let's just say it's Kevin Hart. Say one of y'all have some type of talent, and Kevin Hart and a woman to the equivalent for Trump and yesterday, a woman. Matter of fact, it doesn't even have to be sexual. Moves you into his crib. You're there all the time. And he says, your one dream in the world, I'm going to finance that for you. I got you. You know this nigga's worth $300-400 million. Then move you in. You're this close.
And you fuck up as soon as you start popping your pussy for him.
But why wouldn't you? It's kind of like, no, that's not, I don't mean it like, why wouldn't you? But it's kind of like, this person has so much more power than you.
Yes.
This person has already said, I'm going to set you up and set you out. I can see why your morals, I can see why you would not stand on your square for this person. I can see why. It's kind of like, first of all, you don't want to piss them off. Second of all, you might be like, yo, well, if this happens, maybe I'm this much closer to where I want to be with my dreams.
Then she deserves what she got if that's the thought process. Because I'm sorry, the person that I'm trying to build with, the person that I'm trying to make money with, the person that I want to finance my dream is the last person that I'm fucking. Because the one thing that you know is once you start mixing sex with business, it's an easy slope to go down. That is the one person that I would actually absolutely never fuck with.
You live there.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they was fucking and then she became the chef. So it's not like they was doing business and then the lines got blurred. She probably had the opportunity to be the chef because they already had a relationship. And then he was like, oh, wait, you cook too? Let me just move you in. Now I got...
It's messy all around.
Is that how it went down?
I believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs, but that's messy.
Because in that case, then to me, it just seems like more of a situation where it's like he's just like dangling it in front of her just to like,
remember?
Keep her, just to keep her happy.
Do y'all remember
your power and influence?
I've been in this situation before.
Yeah, but you never actually do.
You've been in that position before?
Y'all know this story.
Oh, yeah.
I've been in this exact situation before. Except it wasn't, this person just had a couple more dollars than me, and I was dead pop. Y'all remember when I got fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah.
And the girl tells me, hey, I'll invest in your business. And so I draw up a contract. She finds the business. And now she's like, oh, I'm like waiting for her to sign the lease for the business, but she won't sign the lease for the business. My friends is like, bro, she gets me a car. Remember the Charger? Tron, remember I had the black Charger?
Yeah.
She copped me the car. Oh, you're gonna need it to get around. You in Atlanta. You got this piece of shit truck. Fuck that. Just cop this car. We'll put it in the business name. The business will pay for it. My friends are like, bro, she wants some of that dick. I'm like, nah, bro, it ain't even like that. You know what I'm saying? We got this business. We went looking at mad spots. We found the spot. She will not sign the lease agreement to the spot. I keep asking her, yo, what's going on with the lease agreement? She's like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I had mad shit going on, such and such and such. All of this stuff. Her birthday is coming up a week, 2 weeks. She's like, hey, let's go to Jamaica. I want to go on vacation. You want to come with me? I'm like, who all going? Just me and you. I'm like, nah. I'm not going on no vacation with just me and you. I'm like, come on, like that's weird. Right? She's like, oh, well, just think about it, you know what I'm saying? Because, I don't really have nobody else to go with, this and the other. I go talk to my mans. They like, bro, you have to go. I'm
Not your
telling
man
you.
sold you out like a prostitute.
You have to. If you want this is what she's been setting you up for. And I'm like, I call her on the phone. I say, listen, we should keep it business. This is blurring the lines of business, me and you, tropical vacation, all of that. Like, I'm really trying to get it. I'm down on my dick right now. I ain't got nothing. I could really make a move with this spot.
Poor language.
That's all I got.
Poor
Wait,
word
what?
choice.
Down on his dick right now.
Bro,
The dick
what are
down.
you when was
What?
that?
That was a thing.
That was around the time Ready to Die, and that was out.
I figured. I knew where he was going. I seen the setup.
You gotta notice it. Ride with me, bro. You gotta stop doing this to yourself. It's never gonna work. Never.
Don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ.
She's like, well, listen, I ain't bought you a car. I've already invested money in this. We're gonna go into this business. I'm gonna invest all of this other money into you, and you won't even like trust that I won't do something with you on a trip. Like, it's for my birthday. You won't even like. So if you won't trust that, then why would I trust you with all my money and all of this and that? Like, and came off mad insulted. She came off mad insulted, y'all. So I'm like, I go back to my mans. I'm like, yo, y'all tripping, bro. I'ma just go. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I say, listen to her on the phone. I was like, yo, we gonna have 2 rooms. She's like, of course. Like, what do you think this is? Of course we gonna have 2 rooms. Y'all know the story. Tell me if any of this changes. Of course we gonna have 2 rooms. We get off the flight, take the bus to the resort. She goes to the counter. She walks away, 2 keys. I'm like, all right, where's my room? She's like, oh, they didn't have no 2 rooms. They messed up the reservation.
Well, she really set you up, bro.
I'm like, all right, well,
Cooked him up.
it got two beds, right? She's like, yeah, it's 2 beds, of course. Click, open the door. One ass bed. King size. King bed. I'm like, no, where's the other bed? She's like, oh, they must have messed it up, the reservation. I turn around and go right back to the register. Yo, we supposed to get a double bed. Y'all messed up the reservation. They like, nah, we ain't got no more rooms. That's it.
Yeah.
Got him.
I'm in a third world country with her. Whatever I'm at. I don't know where it was at. Jamaica, Mexico. I don't know where I was at. I was somewhere with palm trees. Right? Now we get hungry, of course. Oh, let's go to dinner. We walking together, bro. I'm so mad, bro.
I could feel the annoyance of a nigga that have to be set up.
I have one question.
I'm so mad.
This nigga probably driving in his feet like.
Yo, do you want me to finish the story, or do you want to ask the question? No, if you need to ask it now, if it's relevant now.
And no, It's relevant. No, it's relevant. How does she look?
She was obviously hit because if she wasn't, the story wouldn't have gone this long. He would have been did it.
Nah, she had a huge butt. Huge. But what do you mean it wouldn't have? I know this is my business. I'm trying to get in business. Why would I be not nailing this?
Okay.
Can you turn anything? No, you. Never mind. Never mind. Don't even worry about it. But for me, I can turn things down. Right. For me, I can turn things down, especially if I know that this is going to go bad. Whatever. So here we go. Ping. Right. My boy put his glasses on. We get back to the room. I lay on the left side of the bed. I put the pillows between us. Right? I lay on my side. All you feel is the hand coming across the pillow.
Molestation night one. There.
Here you go. You know when they go for your mans, they start grabbing it and squeezing it and all this. I'm laying there like this.
Tight.
Yo,
Felt
this is a skit on Pornhub.
Molested.
I'm so mad, bro. I'm angry, bro. I feel violated, but my dick don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
It don't care. That shit just like this. Raising you. I'm in the middle of a third world country.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do? She comes over. She start giving the neck. I'm laying there like this. Wow. Wow. This is really happening. Y'all know the rest of the story. I mean, I don't know if I need to say it, but y'all know. I bent her big ass over. I clapped. And at some point, I got so frustrated, I just bit the shit out that bitch. I ain't saying it was right. I'm not gonna say it was right.
Yo, bro,
I don't remember that part. Wait,
I
you bit
bit the shit.
Bro, you just took a bite out of her, like crime?
You
like
bit
a bite
her
out of
like
crime?
sexually or like
No, like assault. It was bad, and it was bad, and I know it was bad, but I was being graped. This is coercion. This is definite. This is grape. She literally graped me, bro.
Yo, it's like when the lady bit it in Sugar Hill.
Where did
It's
you
crazy.
I on her shoulder right here. Ah. Not even the skin. I went for the meat. And obviously, like I said, I know it wasn't right. But I felt so violated, and I could not hold back the rage, bro. I felt so violated, bro. Because my friends told me this was why are you laughing?
Nigga yesterday said, so you took a bite out of crime.
Nah, that's why I was asking how you did it, right? Nigga took a bite out of crime, yo. That ass, yo. Shit work out that way sometimes, yo. Y'all feel for you,
listen,
man.
y'all could judge me all y'all want. I was in a very compromised position.
I would have been tight.
Like, where was I going to say? I didn't have the money to get a room. I didn't have the money to get another airplane ticket. I was dead pot, bro. She was financing everything. So going back to what we're talking about, I can understand Shorty being in a position where she's like, yo, this nigga can set up my life and making decisions where she was compromised. I can understand that. And only because of my lived experience can I give her that type of bill.
Goddamn.
What, Tron? I know you got something to say. What?
Goddamn.
Well, I understand the parallels, and I get it that you could have some empathy. Well, my question, I know opening a restaurant takes a lot of money, but I think the difference with y'all's situation and her situation was the BBL chef, her situation is
BBL chef? That's
that's
her
what
name?
that's
That's
what
what they call her?
that's what they call it.
That's crazy.
That's tough. That's
So
tough.
No respect in the world.
she was getting paid.
Yo, you Tron, you wild.
No, before you go with this, Tron, I really got a question. I really got a real question. Because y'all think I was wrong for biting her?
Yeah. Nah, that's funny, Daj. That is funny that you had to ask.
You serious?
Because you could have
Nigga, what
had
did you
sex with
think?
her and just not bit her and just went through with it. Or you could have just
Yo,
not had sex with her.
You could have
Can you
not
do-
had sex
can
with
you do
her
the
at
bite
all.
motion?
You could have got the neck. You could have
Can you do the-
pushed her ass.
Can you do the bite motion?
Why would you bust
Can you
and
do the
bite?
bite motion again? I just want to see the motion. Can you do the motion again?
Are you eating chips?
Is that a pound cake, nigga? Yo, you be having.
My bad.
Yo, this nigga nuts, bro. Yo, this nigga has a bin for the big girls in his crib with nothing but glucose in it.
I was literally about to say the same
He
thing.
has a bin with nothing but fructose and glucose in it.
Hey, yo, yesterday you keep snacks nearby for your girls. That's what it's for, or it's for you?
Gotta get people what they want.
So, why y'all think that women that's big is always hungry?
Nigga, I'm not even big and I'm always hungry. I'm a woman. We're always hungry, bro. I always want a snack. The fuck? You think the bitches that you fuck with don't we want snacks too?
Oh shit.
I literally wake up in the middle of the night and go find snacks.
You dead ass ask that question? You dead ass ask that question?
No, I'm asking because in my experience, the people that are bigger that I've been with, they don't really eat that much.
Answer the fucking question.
Not around
Do you keep the snacks close just in case the shorties want a snack? That's the question. Exactly. Just answer the question, blood. Like, why are you doing this?
I'll be hungry too.
I really have a question for y'all. Back to this thing where I said I was wrong. If a man assaults a woman and she does something to him during the assault, is that as wrong?
But is it assault? How does she assault you? It's consensual sex.
No, it isn't. I told her
no.
That was coercion.
Yeah, he's asking in reverse. Have you ever seen Sugar Hill?
I have. I don't remember it, but I said no.
Okay,
I said no. We had mad conversations. I asked for all right, if I do this for you, I need another room. Yo, you set me up and then did the whole thing. I put her pillows in between us.
You bent her over and went to town.
Not you sitting here. No, Trom, don't do that.
I'm not saying that she's not dead wrong, but I don't know how this is gonna hold up in court either.
I will say I'm not gonna lie. I have to kind of roll with Tahoe because, like I said, I don't know if y'all seen Sugar Hill, but in the movie Sugar Hill, basically there was a guy and a lady, and he basically was abusing her, treating her like shit, the whole thing, and basically he made her give him head one time, and this was a time where she was like, "No, I'm not trying to do this." He beat her and shit, and made her do it, and she was like, "All right, bet." So she went down on him. As soon as she went to go do it, yomped him. And I always remember that even as a kid watching that movie, like, oh, like, that's a crazy position to put yourself in. Like when you're assaulting somebody, but you're also vulnerable so they can, So I do understand in the act of an assault, feeling like, but also, Tahoe, you continue to act.
I did not finish. No, that was it. And we didn't do nothing else.
Oh, that was it. You bit her and that was it? Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's the same thing. Yeah, so I agree. I don't think there's an issue with that.
Nah,
So
I
you
don't think it's
I don't
nothing
think
wrong
I
with it.
thought you
I
could
just
it's
think
think
that.
it's
definitely an
that shit
issue.
is
It's an
crazy.
issue.
Like a bite to bite somebody on their shoulder, my nigga. Like that is like you. That's some real survival shit.
It's obviously
Real funny.
wrong. I get what y'all saying. I'm not.
I
I'm
didn't
not.
say it
I
was
don't think
wrong.
any of us are thinking, yeah, yeah, good for her. But I'm just saying, like, it's an
I
visceral
was.
reaction. It literally is just like, yo, I was so thrown by the whole shit, bro. I didn't plan it. It was literally a reaction my body did. Trump, go ahead. I'm listening. I want to hear what you got to
I
say.
gotta stop this.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It wasn't like the consensual, the definition of consensual, but I don't know how this would play out in court because when it started to get physical, you didn't stop it. You didn't say no. I don't know how that works. Obviously, you
I'm
said
in
no.
another country. That's how coercion works.
So you
Yeah.
can't be like, all right,
You
that
can
mean
still sue her now. You know.
you got to still get head just because you're in another country. I don't get it. You
You
could
So
should have
have.
shoved
coercion.
that shit to the back of her throat and made her fucking choke. Like
I know why you didn't stop her because your shit was hard and she got you aroused. But you still had the ability
All
to
right.
stop. At that point, it was a decision, and her argument could have been like, "Oh, well, he was playing hard to get, but then once it got going, he was with it."
Bro, you,
Dusty.
yo,
Yeah.
what? No. Trump.
She could have just next you for the
No,
whole trip. You didn't
no,
have
y'all
to
are
put it in.
bugging. If I fool a woman and tell her I'm taking you somewhere for this, and it's in the middle of nowhere, she has no way to get back whatsoever, and she has expressly told me
What's wrong?
that this is not that. I do not want this with you. I am showing no sign of nothing. And I take her in the middle of nowhere where it's just me and her. And basically, like, you're gonna do this, or I don't know. Bro, that's coercion. She like it's literally
Yeah.
coercion,
Highest
bro.
level.
And now I'm in the she knows I have no money. She knows I have no way out of there. And that's even just right now, let alone the impact of this is like a person that when they say you use your power to influence somebody to do things for you sexually, like say a puff situation or whatever, you just force yourself on people because you know they need you. That's why the improper power play when it comes to engaging with somebody that you work for, that like that's why it's frowned upon because they
Right
know.
the fuck up.
So listen, everything that you're saying makes sense because
So what? Let
once
me
you
ask you a
once
question.
you
If
once you bid her, it's
you're a
like
woman, go ahead.
once you bid her, now it's like that whole thing. Like you have to go along with this because you don't have no money. You're in another country, but you bid her.
It wasn't a choice. It just happened. And I swear to God, I swear to you, I was not thinking I want to harm this woman. I had no. Why would I do that?
Right. So what I'm saying is you bid her in a way to stop what was happening. But you could have just stopped what was happening instead of biting her. But you're saying that you couldn't. You had to have sex with her because you were in a position where you couldn't.
I,
You were in another country. You didn't have a
no,
ticket out. But
no,
those are the same reasons why you probably shouldn't bite her.
no.
But you did bite her.
I
So
understand
I'm
that.
like, given that same logic, you could have just not had sex with her
No,
and then dealt with the repercussions of that.
I
You know what?
understand that. I understand what you're
I
saying.
still
And
support
hold
the
on,
fight
God. Hold on,
100%.
real quick. Let me just because I was there, Tron, and I do understand what you're saying. I really just need you to understand something. This was building up that I've been duped, that I'm being used, that I'm being manipulated, that I'm being lied to, and this is happening, right? Like throughout everything, she's saying this is not happening. Throughout all of that, she's saying this is not happening,
Yeah.
and then it's actually happening. So I'm lying to myself about it. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm believing her. And then it's actually happening. And so it was I'm not gonna say it's an out of body experience, but it was like surreal. Like,
Yeah.
yo, this is really right.
She caught you when you were vulnerable and you're
And
fucking.
so again,
Yeah,
obviously,
man,
I
I
wasn't
get it.
that was a fucked up thing to do, obviously.
No, I get it. I get it.
But it wasn't a choice. It wasn't like I said, yeah, I'm gonna. I
It
just
was just a reaction. It was just
it
like,
was
ooh,
like a yo, what the
bitch, I hate
fuck?
you. Grr.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead, Trump Dodge. What was you gonna say? Shut up. Shut up.
I'm saying it again. The bite is not the problem for me at all. The bite is, it's shocking. Like, actually, it's probably better than what I would have told you to do. So I'm cool with the bite. It's the funny part is yesterday saying take a bite out of crime, because that was a definite crime, and you definitely took a bite out of the criminal. That shit is, that's gonna stay in my head forever. I'm with you though. Fuck her. We can still, you could probably still take her to court now.
I do want to say this, right?
Statute of limitations,
If this was a woman, Tron, would you look at it the same way?
No, it's fucked up either way. I think it would be worse if it was a man doing it to a woman. Unfortunately, there is a double standard there because physically, it's different for a woman to be like stop, and whereas a man, a bigger, stronger man, you could literally force. Now we're talking about forcible.
Well, she was bigger than me. She was literally bigger than me. She was a yesterday.
Okay.
Nigga, what you just said?
What?
Nah, that's what you just said.
Dead ass? That's what we dead. Nah, dead ass. That's what we doing. That's how we living. Like,
I think everybody understands what I'm saying.
No, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Tom, you understand what he's saying?
Why would you ask Trump? Babe, that's when you come straight to me. Trump is never going to
That was
tell
my
him
fault.
out like that.
Dodge. That was my
Trump was
fault.
never
I
gonna
fucked
do
up.
it.
I fucked
My
up.
bad.
Tahoe throws Trump under the bus. It
My
don't
fault.
be
We
the
on-
other way around. You fucked up. You went. You see,
fucked up. I
misogyny.
blew it.
Misogyny
I blew
gets you
it.
every time. The black woman was going to stick beside you, but you went to this nigga.
Oh man, my bad.
Crazy.
I'm just saying.
Listen.
Trump, you saying physical, that matters. So financial manipulation, financial coercion, the fact that you've relocated me to someplace I cannot go away, I can't get nowhere. I can't go nowhere.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, she's dead wrong. To Dodge's point, you could have won in court. She's dead wrong. I'm not saying that she's not in the wrong.
You
I
can
just
still
think
win.
it would have been worse
Right.
if it was the man on the aggressor side, because now it's the physical imposing, I'm forcing you to do this, and you can't, not only do you not have no money, but you can't physically overpower me.
I think that is the major disconnect when we talk about, just to be serious for 2 seconds, when we talk about the differences between male and women sexual assaults, because there is that size and power dynamic that is different when it's man to woman, but I think women to men is just as toxic, is just as impactful.
For sure.
And if you do have a woman that is bigger in size than that man, that element of feeling small or feeling like you're not necessarily physically safe is also a part of it as well. It's just one of those like taboos, I guess, that we need to like actually like dissect even more, because it's one of those things that if you say it in reverse, we see how bad it is, and then when you have it in its natural state, you just like you feel like you could poke holes in it. It's the Terry Crews effect.
It is. And it's actually the Terry Crews effect. That's perfect.
Mm.
Because it's literally like, yo, this
Perfect.
person was supposed to change my life. This person, if I make this move, and even though I told them, they will cut me off. I'll be fucked up. And that's just not even physically right now here, but with everything else I got planned. And it's like a split second decision, right? Like it's right now. And sometimes you fawn. To remember yesterday, that conversation, you'll fawn. You'll just give in to what's happening. Like, fuck it. But then while you're giving in, you realize, yo, this is really happening.
Yeah.
This is really happening.
Yeah, no, that's a
Like this bitch really taking advantage of me.
That's a really
Fucking
good point.
whore.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with that. Taking advantage. We got a lot of taking advantage happening in the Black community across the world. I've seen this story for about a year now. Do you guys hear about what's he, a singer, rapper, David?
I don't know who the
D4DD,
fuck that nigga is.
some type of performer.
I don't know about this one. Enlighten me.
Bro, he was, I believe, 1920. I believe 1920, but he was dating a 13-year-old.
Damn.
13. To the point that when he turned 20, she turned 14, she runs away from home and is like living with him. He's an artist, right? Her family is filing missing persons reports. She returns home at some point. I believe they broke up and she disappears again. Goes back to his crib. He writes a song about her and everything. Long story short, now she's missing for months. He goes on tour. He leaves, goes on tour. The neighbors see this car parked near his house or whatever. I believe it's near his house. And they get the car towed. When getting the car towed, they open the trunk. She's in there beheaded
God damn.
in the trunk of the car. No head. And with all due respect to the dead, God bless. They're literally investigating him for months. Months. He has a fucking song called, what the hell is the name of this song that he wrote about her death?
Oh, like about the
Some
incident
shit.
or something like that.
No, niggas be
Homicide, romantic homicide, or something. I think it's called. Yeah, romantic homicide.
Yo, it's hard to be a fan of men nowadays. So you really never know what niggas be doing when they not on stage. That's really crazy.
And he was finally arrested recently for her murder. And all types of stuff is coming out. Like it's a really sick and sad situation. I really don't know. Like, I don't know if anybody had any input into that. Nobody.
I didn't know who the people were.
Um,
I just kept seeing it like floating on my timeline. You know me, my
so,
ADHD. I put stories together from pieces of information. Like, oh, all right, that's what happened. And I just gotta.
yeah, same. I never heard of him until the case popped up. I wasn't familiar with his music or nothing like that. But I didn't really know what was going on. But once I like learned that he had a girlfriend that was like 14 or something living with him, I was like,
Where are her
I'm
parents?
cool. I didn't.
She ran
I'm
away
not
from
sure.
home.
Like,
All right. Niggas
but
run
I
away
was
all
like,
the time. They come
whether he
back.
did it or
They
not,
go
like,
get them when you're underage. The law enforcement, they find them and they bring their asses back home.
but I was trying to figure out how wasn't that highlight? Like, how did we get to the part where she's found dead? Like, there was nobody. Like, right? He's been popular, right? I think for a while now. I guess he was on tour. I guess so. He had to have some type of traction. So I'm like, so he just had a 14-year-old living with him this
All
whole
right.
time, and
I was gonna say,
nobody batted an eye.
I
Nobody
was
said nothing.
disgusted at the very beginning of this story, just from that age difference, just from the statutory rape part of it. He already committed a heinous crime off the rip.
Yeah, like that's what I don't know. But like I said, I'm not invested, so I'm not too sure how that even happened.
Yeah, nah.
But definitely prayers to her family and stuff. Like that's like beheading. Like I feel like anytime you hear something like that, like that's like a real to me. That's like a real deep, sick thing. Like once you start cutting off
Bro,
body parts.
the crazy shit is apparently she was already speaking to the police about dealing with him or something like that, or where they're not only charging him for murder, but for murdering a witness to a crime because he was already being investigated for dealing with her when she was 13. I guess the parents went to the police, I would assume, and was like, yo, I
Okay.
think she's fucking this nigga. You know what I mean? Um,
Mm.
I be having
Okay.
questions,
Yo,
questions that y'all can't answer, but just questions in my mind.
and it's a lot. Yo, what's up with these guys
Top.
dating the young women? Go ahead. Yes, yesterday. What happened?
No, I was gonna ask you, Tyler. In anything that you read, was there any like mention on why there was such a hold up on him being arrested? Because we've been hearing about this for a while, and he's just been out. So,
Yo,
did you hear anything about the
yo, I'm
hold
not
up or
gonna lie
anything?
to you. I believe so. From what I don't know if the timeline didn't match up or something. I'm really not sure, bro. Because they have been investigating him. He was always in their crosshairs. He was always in. He was always right there
Yeah,
in their sights. Always, and it just kept going on
but
for months and months and months and months. Um, and so when he was arrested, I think they basically the defense was like, yeah, well, we want y'all to tell us what's going on right now. Y'all have to. There's a special legal term for making compelling the prosecution to state their case right now. And so
mm,
the defense tried to put that up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Nigga, they came
okay.
back like, we got this, we got this, we got this. You got child pornography on your computer, a
Damn.
her. Like we have every other reason. Everything was circumstantial until she was found in the car. No, I think it's more than that because they found her in the car in September, I believe. He was just
Yeah, this is
arrested
a minute.
in April.
So I'm saying like he had performed, he
Yeah.
had did
He was
mad
on
shit
tour.
with all of this being in the public. So that's why I was like, yo, how could all this be in the public for so long? Even if like you said, the court of public opinion, sometimes you'll get locked up just off of that. You might just have to
My
have a suit
problem
off of that.
is on the other side of all of this, who kills somebody close to you, leaves them in the trunk, and goes on tour? Doesn't try to get rid of the car, doesn't think like, yo, nothing. Just leaves the car right there and just dips. Who does that?
You think that people are of sound mind and sound body. You think that people are logical. You have a thought process that people don't think that they are above law, above reasoning. Because in niggas' heads, that actually made sense. I'm gonna park this car right here. Nobody's gonna know. I don't have time to deal with this
It's
shit right now.
registered to him.
I'm gonna deal with this shit when I come back home. You're trying to make sense out of nonsense. I keep telling you, niggas can't read. If niggas can't read, niggas can't think.
Nah,
Why are you being logical right now?
I was like psychopathy.
Nah, she
She
could.
put up so psychopathy on the screen. One of the comments, Tierra. I was like, "What is that? I never heard of that." And then she changed it right when you was like, "Niggas can't read." She changed it to sociopath.
No, like it's really like what's so crazy. This is why I'm concerned about people right now because I have conversations all day with children about why they make the choices and decisions that they make. And I always started off with, so in your head, you thought that was a good idea? And they will give me 30 reasons as to why they thought it was a good fucking idea and be dead ass serious. This is what we're dealing with. Like these people are gonna grow up and become adults and really be justified in their mind. Yes, it was right for me to. I was upset, so yeah, I cursed and I walked out the class because I was mad. But I didn't curse at the teacher. I just cursed under my breath. And in your head, there was no better way to handle that situation. This is what's happening. Cause a nigga will literally be like, I didn't know what to do at the time, so I just decided to go to work, and I was
I
gonna come
mean,
back and deal with it.
while I hear you, I don't understand a person killing somebody and leaving them in the trunk of their car outside their house and going on tour the next day and not saying, "Yo, bro, go get this car for me and like drive this shit off a cliff,
You know what I don't
burn it."
understand?
Like, what?
How I talk to people every day and I ask them questions like there's not cameras all over my building and niggas will look me in my face and lie to me and be like, no, I really did dot 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 and will not tell the truth until I pull up the shit in 4K. This is what you're not you don't understand. You don't talk to people enough in the world. That's the you really think that people smarter
Yeah,
than
no,
they are.
Dot,
These
no.
niggas are not okay. Am I wrong yesterday?
No, Dodge is completely correct, yo. And I think the the reading shit is funny, but when you talk about just common sense, how like just stuff that you feel like, okay, if I kill somebody, there's probably a list of things, a top three list of things I'm probably not gonna do. Probably not gonna leave them in front of my crib. Probably not gonna leave them in my car. And I'm probably not gonna do it to somebody that I'm connected to
Basic
that's
shit.
living with. You know what I'm saying?
Basic
There's
shit.
certain stuff that you would
Yeah.
basic. Bro, but the
Not
basic
basic
is
no
not
more, bro.
basic. The basic is astronomical now. Now you talk about basic shit being astronomical. So now we're in a space where you like, so it's hard to say. Like I said, there might be another element to it, but
Well,
if that's what it was,
there's
I
more
don't.
than
I'm
that
not
because I
understanding
think
it.
about the attraction men have with young girls, right? And we can always try to, oh, well, the women do it too. Fine. Let's talk about that later. Boston Richie. Y'all heard about this?
Nah.
You bringing up all these Gen Zers, and you're losing me. I'm 40. You're
Yesterday, can
losing
you?
me, friend.
Yesterday, I'm sure yesterday has heard of it. He's had conversations about it. Can you please inform the masses about what's going on with this guy?
Well, again, please don't get your Boston Richie news from me. But from my understanding, I heard that he had a back and forth with a young lady, and I'm not sure exactly what the extent of the back and forth was, but she ended up putting out some of his personal business, right? That he liked to be pegged, and he had
He
just had a
was
lot of
abusing her.
um
He was beating
abusing
her up
her.
to bloody. She had pictures of herself bloody.
Okay, that's what I said. Don't get it from me. But okay, that's what it was. That's what made her come out with
He
all of this stuff,
actually, no, I think he
which
made
is
a song
understandable.
about her, about breaking up with her or some shit like that. I believe he's a singer, right? He's an artist.
Boston Richard,
And
yeah, he's a
so I
rapper.
think that he made a song about dumping her or some shit like that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
He
that's what
made a
prompted
song
the
about her.
okay.
She gave him time to take it down and he didn't. And she was told him, like, yo, nigga, are you crazy?
Thanks,
You
Christine.
made me ride naked in a van full of niggas with
Oh,
you.
that I saw that.
You beat my ass bloody and you be making me peg you, right? With all due respect to all of that information, the most heinous part of it all is I believe he's 29, 28, and she was 16, 17. He's making her, and there's text messages and all that, of him sending her to the sex store to get the dildos, texting him like, hey, I got it. And he's like, hurry your ass back. We got work to do. Yes.
He
Yes. It's texted. You read the text.
he's
It's in the text.
he's he sent her on Dragon
Yes, he's
Quest. Uh,
she's you there's there's text threads of him sending this underage girl to go get the penetrator.
How she not even old enough to be in a sex store.
that's what I'm saying. He sent her on the Dragon Quest.
The
Like
Texas is
that's
Niggas
there.
don't ID no more.
She
That's the
released the
problem.
Texas herself.
oh my.
You understand? So there was a whole conversation about, the pegging part of it on one end, but on the other end, people are like, yo, why y'all talking about that when the nigga really had an underage girl doing all of that? The reason I'm bringing this up, though,
That's even
is
more crazy.
obviously we have that, but I did see a post from a woman that I did not mark, but she was like, yo, he's been with her since she was 16. Yeah. Christine said she's an adult now. He had been with her since she is 16.
Where are
Uh,
these people's parents?
but the funny thing is, when you say that,
That's the
right,
word.
Dash? I click on Instagram, I'm scrolling just throughout the week, and I see a young lady like, yo, y'all talking about Boston Richie groomed her. He didn't groom her. She was 17 years old. She knew exactly what the fuck she was doing.
Because
Nobody
everybody
wants to hear
sees
about that. She was
fucking
getting all the
roles.
benefits of messing with this rapper. She's out there on tour. She's living her life with him. She knew exactly what the fuck she was doing,
These
right?
are people
So,
that you want us to align with for the revolution,
and
right?
in the comments was
These
mad
the same
women
niggas.
and men agreeing.
But I'm wrong when I say, fuck out of here. I'm the problem. These are the people you want me to align with in the world? Because all skin folk is kinfolk, right? People are fucking stupid. Like,
Bro.
niggas, for years, this is nothing new. For generations, you have had grown people that demonize children for making grown-up decisions in child bodies, in child mind. We've been going through this for generations. Big grown people ready to argue, oh, she fast, she do too much, she shouldn't be doing this, she shouldn't be moving like that. Like niggas is fully developed up here. You old enough, you know the difference between that. These are niggas you want me to align with? Cause we all black, right? We all supposed to.
Yeah, everybody can't
Mm.
go.
Can I, yeah, and can I to answer Tahoe's point? Because he said, "What's?" I think the original question was about the age thing, right? Why? What's the thing there? And I think for me, listening to a lot of this stuff, I think I've come to the consensus that I think men in particular, I think men, I don't want to use the word prey, but just for lack
Say
of
it.
better words, I think men prey on women that are younger because women that are younger are more susceptible to fall for the bullshit. Women that are like the same age, 25, 30, 35, 40, you have to actually, you got to show your work. You feel what I'm saying? It's something, not saying all the time, but there's a different level of intellect, conversation, presence, personality that I think you have to exude. And I think men, I think they get capped at a certain piece, and they're only cool up until a certain point for women. Right? Once women get to a certain age, it's like, oh, okay, this nigga is no longer cool for me. So they stay in this weird range where it's like, okay, I'm accepted here, but if I step into my my age bracket or older, I'm no longer cool. I'm no longer looked at as whatever it is. And I think it's very it's a very sad thing too, because I feel like if you can't exist amongst your own age group or around it at least, like it's like what does that say about you and where you
How you walking around with a 16-year-old? You damn near 30. How?
How your boys letting you walk around with a 16-year-old and you
your whole
the
infrastructure is
whole
How?
fucked
shit.
up.
The whole shit is fraudulent. The whole shit. You a loser, you surrounded by losers, and that is the
Back out.
problem. Like that loser energy just starts breeding off of itself. Because it's certain people like
Yo, Charm, you good, bro?
that's stressing me out,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, I'm good.
You want to talk about politics?
Honestly,
Trump said there's no liberation
honestly, I
talk
don't
in this
want to
shit,
talk
bro.
about politics, but stuff like this, it's a clear thing. There's not much to debate about. You know what I mean? Not that we shouldn't talk about it, but it's kind of like this is just so egregious and so wrong that I don't have much to add to the conversation because it's pretty obvious. You know what I mean?
Nah, there is things to talk about. And
Okay.
I would actually try to introduce that to the conversation when I talk about the women that are basically saying this girl is grown at 17 years old and
Bitches is dumb.
knows what she's doing,
Well,
right?
my response to that would be this, right? What if she was 8 years old? They'd be like, oh, no, no, that's too young. So, okay. So my response to that would be, so clearly there's a line. There's the age where it's too young. What is your line? Because there's this conversation has happened before
Mhm.
and it's been discussed and there's been a legal line drawn. So you don't agree with the legal line drawn? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
agree with the legal line drawing. This shit needs to
it
be
should
higher.
be older, right? So that would be my pushback to those people. Like, there is a line because if I said she was 6 years old, you'd be like, oh my God. So, okay, there's a line, right? So where does the line start for you? 12, 15? Like, so It's ridiculous. And then it's like, so are you in favor of changing the legal laws of consensual sex? Is that what I'm getting from those people? That would be my argument and pushback.
And I think that is a fair argument to have, but the issue is the people that feel this way and that are saying these things are not having these conversations with people like you or people like us. They are having these conversations with like-minded people that are all together, and they're just like, yeah, so what's the problem? I don't see what's like. You
Right.
present yourself like this or you move like that, so that means that what they used to say back in the day, if it's grass on the field, you down to play, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
stupid
Play ball.
nasty shit.
Grass on
Yeah.
the field, play ball.
Stupid nasty shit that adults used to literally say to children walking down the street. Like it's weird shit. And this is why we can't be in community. I don't want to be in community with these niggas. I don't want
I
to
don't
be in
agree.
community with people that think like this. If your mother think like this, I don't want to be around you because
I,
you
I
was raised by niggas that
I
like that.
think that's the problem. The problem is this girl needed her dad. These
This girl
girls be
needs a
needed.
lot.
These kids be needing their fathers.
But
It's
then
the
you have to
fatherless
also think
communities
that.
and the ones that's being raised by ignorant ass niggas as well
Exactly. That's what
that
about
are contributing to the bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of times the mothers and the daughters fall out in those teen years, and the girl go out and do wild out, or she soaks up a lot of negativity from the mother.
hmm
A lot of time they be needing their fucking dads. Imagine you see your baby mother talking about girls like that on the internet.
son.
What?
Disgusting. Disgusting.
You gotta know that this is what's raising your child, bro.
Son. Can you imagine?
To
I
me,
love to
that's
ask niggas that be arguing in the comments and shit. It's like, yo, at your wife.
to
Let
me
me
that's
post that
crazy.
real.
And to be honest, I don't like Trump. You say legal. This to me, legal don't mean nothing because the laws is built by white people anyway, and
Oh,
they
they
move
nasty.
it and shake it however they feel that benefits them in the moment. Legal don't mean nothing. Where's your fucking moral code?
Nobody.
Where is it? Where is your community? Your direct community's moral code where y'all niggas don't care about nothing.
Well, that's my point is that there is a line that's drawn of what's considered too young. There's a legal line, and then there's a line that's acceptable amongst certain people. And how did you come up with that age that's acceptable within your group? That's what I would want to know. Like, why is it acceptable to you? Like, and because there's a lot of thought put into the legal side. Have you put in the same amount of thought to what you consider acceptable?
Oh well, yeah. I
That
mean,
would be the challenge. That would be what I would say to those type of people thinking like, what's your rationale for lowering the age limit?
they be saying that these little girls be hot, and I guess when I was speaking to I don't know if it was ex girlfriends or baby M's, I can't really remember, but I remember hearing a conversation that they know how they were at that age, and so when they see other their children look going that way, they harder on them because they know how they were.
Instead of having conversations and clear conversations and setting clear expectations and understanding and giving them space to actually talk through the emotions and stuff that they're feeling because they are going through a whole hormonal change at this time. So yes, you might be a little bit more sexually explorative or just questioning or whatever, but it's the job of a mother that went through these phases and the aunts and the other women elders to bring that young girl in community to have conversation with them and explain to them that your body is going through changes, and that does not mean that you need to act upon all of your emotions because there is an impact to those like, is everybody okay?
No,
Hmm.
no.
This is a question I ask every day. The people are not well. The
Nah, not
people are
one
not
bit.
well. And I know the people are not well just by the conversations that I have with young girls every day. And I'm just like,
Oh, same.
so you don't have nobody at home that you could talk to about this. You never even they knocking my door down to talk to me about they fucking hormones and relationships and this and that and dot dot dot. I'm the one that got to tell the young girls, like, if you dealing with a dude that's in high school, I want you to know that in his school that nigga's a fucking loser. Like, you got to be a loser to come down to the middle school to get a girlfriend. Why you don't have no bitches in high school? I just want you to know in your soul that your man is a loser. And if you cool with that, I'm cool with that. And then they be looking at me like, why you say that? And I'm gonna tell you why. And they like, oh, I ain't think about it like that. Yeah, you thought you was hot shit. Cause you got a little 16-year-old and you 13. That nigga's a fucking lame. Like, people gotta do better with the community.
In Europe
It's,
and in the United Kingdom where I'm from, the age of consent is 16, and I did sleep with a 16-year-old when I was 30. But when I was 30, I was a very different person. I was a lot younger, and I was an immature 30-year-old. Consensual sex, actually, with a variety of people, when there is a strong power differential, as there is when you're a famous man that has the ability to attract women that I had at that time, I think involves exploitation. I think it is exploitative. I recognize that my sexual conduct in the past was selfish, and I did not apply enough consideration, barely any, I suppose, really, to how that sex was affecting other people.
Yo, I hate when white men get to say shit like this
and not go under the jail.
and everybody and just yeah, it's like, bro, like, I don't give a fuck if this was Russell Westbrook, Bill Russell, Russell t-shirts. Nigga, what are we talking about? Like, what,
He can speak
bro,
freely because he didn't break no laws.
bro, I don't give a fuck what England talking about. You didn't see something, like, you didn't feel
No.
something was off, like, you didn't feel like
No,
I'm
because
not
you
mad at
can't
it.
say that because niggas in the
like, I
hood right
don't,
now doing the same
Yeah,
shit,
yes.
and they don't think that nothing is off, but they know that shit illegal.
Dodge, earlier today, I was having a conversation with a young lady, and she was like, yo, my boo out of school, he in college. And I was like, oh, how old is he? She was like, yeah, he like 20 something. I said, 21. She's like, yeah, he 21. I said, oh, okay. She's 18. I said, okay. I said, all right. If you would have said anything past that, anything, I'd have looked
I'm
at you
still looking
crazy,
at
and we
him
would have had to have
crazy.
a real conversation like that.
It's mad bitches on campus. Why is you still at the local high school? You still with the bitch that gotta take a
I'm
regents
not
next
even,
week. You studying for
I'm
finals
not
and she
even,
taking a
I don't know
regents.
him. I don't know him. So I
He's
didn't
a
even get
bum.
into that.
You
But
tell her
for
I said
her,
he a bum.
oh, for sure. For sure. No. For sure. And my talk with her, I did ask her, by the way. I said, yo, like, what is it about high school boys that you don't like, you're not into? Even like seniors. Like, right, y'all all seniors, y'all going to college, HBCUs, right? What about people in your age group is not attractive? She was like, yo,
Yeah,
they all
they're
little
fucking
boys.
idiots.
They're immature. And I'm not
They
gonna lie,
are. They are.
they
Like,
are.
you, I
Bunch of
blame
little,
COVID
yeah.
a lot for a lot of things. And the one thing I'm going to blame COVID for is the lack of socialization and having adequate social skills. These kids, like, you still see high school boys running around chasing each other, hitting each other and shit. Like, when we was in high school, you didn't see shit like that. Like, niggas, we wanted to seem more mature. We wanted to seem like we had our shit together. Like, you see
Yo,
17-year-old boys smacking each other upside their head and running around the fucking every day. Like, that's like normal
on the
behavior, like
ass.
you are supposed to see in middle school. Like, I see middle school 8th graders that the boys treat each other like they're fucking in 4th grade, and I'm like, yo, grow up. They can't. And the girls, they are a little bit more mature. They looking at these niggas like, yo, these niggas is weird. Like, why y'all always touching each other and doing
Yo,
weird shit? Like, they be coming to us. Like,
and
I
Dodge,
don't know. They
and
weird.
I have to ask the boys sometimes. I have to, yo,
Why
why
are y'all
y'all
touching
like,
each
what
other,
are
bro?
y'all doing? Yo, there's 75 girls y'all age here. Why y'all huddled
None.
up in the corner in
None.
the bathroom 15 deep touching each other? What is,
Nah,
I'm
no,
not
it's
even
really
understanding,
crazy.
I'm not even
Like, y'all
looking over
laughing,
there.
The amount of times
Yeah, y'all
I
laughing,
have
but
to
it's dead ass.
threaten
This
to
is
call
no
niggas
cap.
dads. I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna call your father and tell your father it's 3 of y'all in the bathroom stall together right now. What's your father gonna say? And then they walk out. They be dead like
Tahoe,
Yo,
Tahoe, kid got slammed in class the other day because another boy was hitting his ass. He told the boy don't hit his ass. The boy kept hitting his ass. Every time he got up to go to do something in the class, the boy kept hitting his ass. They come down to the office. So at first the boy he like, yo man, I just hit him. The boy was like, yo, he kept touching my ass. That's why I slammed him out. I looked at him. I said, "This true?" He like, nah. I said, bro, come on. This kid is not even, he's not
bad,
known for
bro.
none of that, Tahoe. I said, this kid slammed you for no reason. You tell him he just got up and slammed you for no reason. He said, I was touching his butt.
High school nigga.
Nigga, what? Bro,
Here's what
what do
I
you
don't care,
mean?
bro. Y'all don't understand. And then y'all have to understand, like,
Son,
and
it's
this is
bad, bro.
they're becoming young adults. Like, the shit is it's a very weird plane. We in a whole different world. We in a different timeline. I don't know what timeline we on, but the timeline we on is a fuck shit. Everybody's stupid and the boys can't keep their hands off each other, like on some shit that would have really made us say ayo back in the day. The shit is normal, bro.
it's not normal. You can't tell me that's normal.
It is not. We work in 2 different grade bands in 2 different states and telling y'all niggas the same story that we never spoke about before. Tell me how that's how.
That shit happened this week. That happened this week. The nigga got slammed
Nigga,
this
every
week for that.
morning it be 4, 5, 8th grade boys before they go to homeroom. Them niggas all go in the bathroom together. The shit got one urinal and one stall, and them niggas be in there talking and touching each other.
They be
Yo,
doing.
Tahoe, what I've been telling you for months. Niggas come out the store 5, 6 deep, one stall, and I'm asking,
What
hey
are
They're
guys,
not
we
in
what are
doing?
we
there.
doing?
They're not in there like vaping or smoking.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why I know they not in my school, because we took the doors off the main like the main bathroom. We took the doors off so that they can't vape. They can't vape. They can't fight. They can't do nothing because we can see in it. Like, they have to actually be in the stall. And even if you're vaping in the stall, the door is off so you can see the shit come.
So what do you think they in there doing?
They be in there talking
T-
and touching each other,
yo,
bro.
yo,
Talking is
Tahoe, I caught them one time. I asked them, I said, yo, what are y'all doing in here? You know what they told me? Niggas told me they was recording music. Nigga looked me in the face and said, yo, we was recording music. Tahoe, I'm looking in the bathroom stall.
Not a
Tahoe, it
mic.
wasn't a headphone. It wasn't a laptop. It
So they
wasn't a
be
phone out.
talking. They be in the stall together, 5 niggas, and they be having a
Chopping it
conversation.
up.
They be talking, nigga.
Still,
And if a
A nigga
nigga
taking
walk
a shit, a
out,
nigga looking over the
whoever walk
stall,
out the
talking to
bathroom
him.
first, that's the first nigga to get his ass smacked. Whoever's in the back is the one that don't get his ass smacked. I swear to God, like, I cannot make this shit up, bro.
yeah. I'm
It's
leaving.
nasty.
I can't even. Y'all chose this life. I did not. I don't know, man. I do think that our men in our community need to step up, though. We need real men, bro. Uh, these kids are lost. Our community is broken, and the women can't do it by themselves. I don't trust this. I don't want to put it on the women, but I just don't think that the community will thrive with us leaving it just in the women's hands. I think they need the men, positive role models that are actually invested in their personal home as well as what happens in the black community. And
Absolutely.
it sucks because nobody out there gives a fuck about what I just said.
I care.
I care.
Nobody gives a fuck about what I just
And
said.
I'm actively trying to be
Facts.
one of those people.
I
Son,
don't know.
coming in like it's a meeting is crazy. Yo, son, y'all don't. I have to start writing my book. I really have to start writing my book. Like, I have to start, like, putting these short stories down on paper while I still remember them, because I'm telling you, son, when I write my book about my time in education, my good Lord.
She's sad. She's sad. But I mean, was it that much better when we was kids?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro. We wasn't in the bath, like, bro. Certain shit we
It
just
wasn't.
wasn't doing. It wasn't even a
Because
thought.
you
It wasn't even a
because
thought,
when
bro.
once your hormones start coming out, like, you want to look cool, you want to be like the cool nigga, like, you want the girls to like you. These niggas don't even care if the girls like them. They just be on top of each other. They don't care.
Yeah, bro.
Never seen nothing like
And then when you seeing them, and then you seeing the girls look at them in
son.
disgust, you like,
Disgust and despair.
damn, bro. Like, you like,
And
yo,
that's why all the girls
it's
in middle
nothing. What I'm
school
gonna
be
tell
Oh,
them?
gay. They rather date each other than date the boys. They don't really be gay. But there's nothing, they would rather date each other than date the boys in the school. The boys be in all the girl drama. And not the gay boys. I'm talking about the straight boys be in the mix of the girl drama. Who gonna be the men of tomorrow, bro? I am terrified.
that's a real good question. One that we may have to answer next week. Um, again, I would ask y'all to look around y'all house, see what y'all fuck y'all need to throw out. I know I got rid of some sweaters and shit. I got some recycling in the corner. If you gotta throw some of these niggas out, throw them niggas the fuck out, bro.
The children,
Yo,
he
throw
said
them
the
niggas
children are
out.
our future. I'm trying to help.
Nigga,
I'm fighting
listen,
for my life.
these man, I don't know. God bless you all. Thank y'all for tuning in to So Shameless this week. I have to take my stepdaughter's prom outfit up to the Bronx tonight.
Outfit is crazy.
Let's just say it's not a dress.
I know it's not a dress. Of course, why would she wear a dress?
So shameless. Why you gotta do all that? Why you always gotta do all that?
Always gotta do what? Support the children for who they are?